Hey, go live. Go ahead. Say what you got to say, man. Start it off.
Nah, but if you look on a lot of the mock drafts, though, if you look on a lot of mock drafts, especially like all your male Kuipers and all the so-called top
2
mock dogs or whatever,
he's top 2.
Nah, it's top 2, but they saying now because they saying a lot of this other stuff is red flags for Caleb Williams, crying with his mom, going to chill with his dog. They doing the same shit for Drake May. What they did. I know you say don't scout the helmet, but it's real funny though because this is the same shit they did for Mitchell Trubisky when he went over Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and I feel like this is going to be the same shit that's about to happen where Drake May is finna get hyped up to be the first overall quarterback, and you gonna look back and the Bears is gonna look back and regret it again.
Okay, so here's my thing. But wait.
They finna do a Bears thing. I feel it happening. They finna do a Bears thing.
The only reason why I say hell no to Mr. Trubisky because since 2022, which is last season, Caleb and Drake have been consensus top 2. Like been the whole time consensus. Wherever Caleb going, Drake is right after. This not let me sneak in little Zach Wilson, let me sneak in the Mitchell Chip. No, these have been the top 2 consensus quarterbacks, period. Now, Jaden Daniels, he done had a phenomenal, crazy transformation. He just stepped up and got to top 3 because he probably going top 3 to the Patriots.
I think he started off the year like.
But for the whole consensus for a year good now, it's been Caleb and Drake.
So at least if Drake. So here's the thing: if Drake gets picked to number 1, right? Just imagine this because we know who the OC for the Commanders just got picked. We'll talk about that later, but we know that. So if I'm Chicago, I'm asking for the ransom because I don't think you make that move if you're not trying to go get that man. So if you trade back, at least I'm thinking in Chicago's mindset, not common sense, but just Chicago's mindset. We're either going to do one of 2 things. We're either going to get a ransom and get the next best quarterback in the draft because we're only dropping down 1 spot, or we're going to drop down 1 spot, get a ransom, and the Commanders are going to overthink it, get Drake May, and guess what? We still get Caleb Williams.
But G-Baby to combat that.
It's kind of a win-win situation specifically for Chicago, though. I'm not saying like what I would do. I'm just saying for them, they're in a win-win situation.
In a sense, if they can get that trade to happen, obviously, depending on what they're asking for.
Because Cliff Kingsbury, he interviewed with Chicago too. Like he interviewed like weeks ago with them to be their OC, and then I think he turned them down.
I think the only person he turned down was the Raiders.
No, he turned down the Raiders.
There was a disagreement regarding the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders thing was crazy. He said,
he did interview with the Bears, but we saw that didn't work out, and then we keep on seeing these things.
I feel like we know why. I'm be honest. These rumors, I'm moved at this point. I'm hearing it way too much.
He's from.
I'm hearing it way too much, bro.
So hold on, Riddell.
Caleb does not want to go to the Bears.
Riddell, before you get that off, what's up, chat? Welcome to another episode of the Press Box. I'm here with Bama, as always, the other half of the Headache Gang. Bama was good. Lonnie, Jalen, Riddell, Trent, G-Baby, early. And we threw a wild card in the mix. Shout out to Ooze. He's been smoking it on open field. So we kind of wanted to bring him to the trenches, see how he fares, throw him into the Lions den. One of the Lions is not too happy that, Ooze is getting this opportunity. Feels like it might not be warranted. So, we're going to see, though. We're going to find out early. We're going to find out. Maybe I made a bad judgment call. We're going to find out today, though, for sure. So,
I'm a Steve Smith fan, and nigga said Steve Smith was a slot receiver. So, I'd never respect you.
Okay. All right. So, Riddell, actually, let's just go right into the topic. So, you could get back to what you was getting into, Riddell. I'm sorry for cutting you off. But we'll just start with this topic, and then we'll get to the Pro Bowl and all of that. Just because you
also, can I ask y'all this, too?
Go ahead.
Do y'all still feel the same way, like hypothetically, if the Bears took Drake May, does he still turn that franchise around more than Justin Fields?
Yes.
He's
better than Drake May. From what I've seen, I've really liked Drake May. But hey, to kind of go back, go full picture, right?
Go ahead, Riddell.
At this point, we've been hearing this. We've been hearing these rumors since the beginning. I don't care about I want the stakes, whatever. I'm specifically focusing on the rumor that Caleb does not want to be in Chicago. And we keep on hearing it. And now Colin Cowherd is saying that he doesn't want to be in Chicago. Bro, there's no way this is a rumor. No. The amount of times we heard it was one thing, but now we're having big personalities say he says he knows people. That's another thing. Caleb, honestly, I'm not saying he won't go. I'm not saying he's going to pull an Eli necessarily, but it seems very clear. No, it seems to me that he doesn't want to be in Chicago. So at this point, with all the outside noise, all the Justin Fields fans, all the people say, hey, man, we want to stick with Fields. And the fact that Cliff Kingsbury is in Washington and we know what type of quarterbacks that Cliff likes, everything's lining up. The Chicago is trading down, Washington's trading up, and they're drafting Caleb Williams. I'm convinced at this point. That is what's going to happen. And I bet, because Lonnie was talking about it, I bet Cliff was like, Raiders, are you trading up? They said no. He's like, nah, we ain't doing that. And then he went to Washington. He was like, hey, are you trading up? They said yes. He said, come on, we here. I'm convinced Cliff was the deciding factor. Caleb was going to Washington.
Way to reference the number one.
So does anybody before I'll go last. So early you go. What is your plan with the number? I want to know what is your plan for the number one pick. So you can say the Commanders, whatever, but
I'm cracking them over the head. I'm selling them the I can't say this on the stream, but I'm selling them prices. You know what I'm saying? When I think you a sucker, I think you're a sweetie. I'm selling them. Yeah, I need like 7 first round. I need the Mookie Williams package. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need everything. I need your socks, your shoes, your draw. I need everything about. Give me all of the ball. You slim like so. For me, how I look at it is this. I also been hearing. I don't know if y'all been hearing, but like I've been hearing a lot of like, Caleb might be a bust too because the hype's so high. So if I'm Caleb Williams, right? I need to be in one of the probably a better situation. Like I can't because of all the stake that's riding on me. I can't go nowhere where I might because I don't care how good you are. I don't give a damn how good you are. If you go to a place where you are destined to die at, or where quarterbacks are destined to die at, I don't give a damn what talent you got. You will die out there. So in his mind, it's like the last thing I want to do when it's already people who already said I'm smug and I want stakes and this and that to go to the Bears, who's never had a good quarterback ever, and then failed there, so they can look at me the same way I look at Bryce Young, like it's all your fault and you're supposed to be better. So I think he don't want to go there, and it'd be great for him to go home, so I can go see games for a lot less than I had to go see in Chicago. And, I can root for him there. But if I'm him, I think that I need the best situation because I got too much riding on me. And the last thing I want to do is be in a bad situation and then everybody blame me for it. And I look back and go, I never got the right plan.
Go ahead.
Because, and I'll talk about Justin Fields in a bit. But as far as doing with the number one pick, so logically, yeah, if I'm Chicago and let's just say it's true that Caleb don't want to be there, absolutely. What's going down one more pick and getting a ransom for it, and you're still getting a top quarterback in this class. As far as, and then the Commanders, because let's be real, they still have Terry, they still have Dotson, they got Brian Robinson, and if Cliff Kingsbury is your OC, hey, when he went from USC to Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to USC, who we bring with him? So clearly that's gonna be perfectly fine. It's just, I'm hearing all this, and I don't disagree with what y'all are saying. But my whole thing is, when it comes to Justin Fields as well, because that's the other aspect we're missing. He still got to get traded. So if he doesn't get traded, or they don't feel like there's a package good enough for him,
Atlanta,
they might keep trading back. Like, do a trade for one, and then trade back out again. I mean, or even though I know Trent's not gonna like this, he's gonna roll his eyes when I say this. They could draft MHJ at 2 if they really want to. If they're gonna keep Justin Fields,
that's what they are.
If they're gonna keep because again, I think if I was in a perfect world, I would love to see Justin Fields get traded to Atlanta, more preferably for that first round pick. But if y'all don't feel Justin Fields is a first round pick worthy trade, and the Bears can't trade him. Well, at that point, you might as well ride with him and get another weapon, the best receiver in this class, pretty comfortably. So I think a lot of these trade rumors also kind of depend on whether or not Justin Fields get traded. Because if they can't move Justin Fields, I don't necessarily – it's going to be hard for me to see, them keeping that one spot or – them keeping in the top 5, if they still have them, because they might just start racking up picks over and over and keep trading back. So until I see Justin Fields on the move somewhere, I think with the path to get to where they want to be is very muddy.
Right.
Can I add a couple things?
Go ahead.
A couple things here. About 8 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, mid-college, not about 8 games into the college season, we were talking about college prospects. Everybody on here was saying Caleb Williams, number one for sure, best generational, this and that. But now suddenly, because Mel Kiper and some of these boys start saying, you know what, Drake May could go number one. And there's not a lot of pushback. But what I was saying is, when we watching the film,
oh my God, we don't have to do this, bro. We do not have to do this.
Hold up. Now what's up?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I like how you come here and set the tone on y'all, bro. Set the tone on these boys.
What is he?
He's
basically saying he said Drake May was
He's just chatting.
We were saying Drake May is better than Caleb Williams, and we sticking to that. And now it's okay if he goes first overall. I'm just saying it's okay. Now, do I think Caleb Williams will probably still be the first overall pick because I think Washington's going to trade for it? Yes, he probably still will be. But now we have people who believe Drake May can be better than Caleb Williams in the NFL because of what we've seen this season. No. Before that, you were all on
Trent. Just wait till I go.
Stop it. He's not the next Andrew Luck. Caleb Williams is going to struggle in the NFL, and we're going to see that. Okay, but back to what. So
put an end for that.
Drake May out of Chicago, he could save that franchise. That's how good he is. But I will say this: out of the top three picks with Drake May, Caleb Williams, and Marvin Harrison Jr., I will say this: I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is the most bust proof. Because still with quarterbacks, I think the variance you have with quarterbacks.
Oh, you said, I think
bust proof. I
bust proof.
Yeah, I heard
it. What I'm saying is, I don't see a world where he doesn't produce multiple 1,000-yard seasons, 12. Like he's just gonna do that with these.
Why you don't like Caleb, Jalen?
Yeah. No, can't. I mean, hey, we could talk about that. We could talk about that too. Some of the decision making. It's not there. It's crazy.
Don't start.
But yeah, no. So he's the most busted. Whoever gets Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he'll be rookie of the year, the offensive rookie of the year, because he's going to probably be the best rookie for sure. Whoever gets him will probably he'll be the steal of the draft, because I think he does have a valid case to go number one just because the quarterback's the variance. But yeah, I think Drake Williams going to Washington. I mean Caleb Williams going to Washington. Drake made to the Bears, and he's going to turn that franchise around.
Go ahead, Lonnie. And then after Lonnie, then Random, then Ooze.
All right. No, like I was saying earlier, I don't think that Caleb should want to go to Chicago, because also like to a point that some of y'all were making, like the way that he's been hyped up, it's like he really can't fail from the jump, and I feel like Chicago still has a lot of holes where like he's not going to be in the best position to succeed. I think Washington would be a little bit better if they can if they can fix that offensive line, but no, I would say if I'm Chicago, I would definitely trade, try to get maybe like a Joe Alt. I don't think they need Marvin Harrison because they have good receivers. They have Scary Terry, they have Curtis Samuel, they have Dotson. Like they have a good receiving core. Like they don't need MHJ.
Right.
They just don't need them. But they do need offensive line help. So they can trade back. Can trade back, and they can always pick up a quarterback if they really need to in the next year. They can probably get Russell Wilson or something like that to like be a little bridge quarterback if they really wanted to.
Are you talking about the Commanders?
Yes.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, for Justin Fields, I see like the market for him. I would say like Atlanta, Raiders, Steelers, like they might be, because I don't think the Steelers want like a rookie quarterback. They don't want to go through all that again. And Kenny Pickett's definitely not the answer. But if Drake would probably be better with the Commanders, but like at the same time, I wouldn't be shocked, because we all know how the combine goes. They're like, oh, the physical, how far can he throw it? How far can he throw? Oh, he's like 6'4", 230. So like I could see how that could like prop him up, as we've seen like with Trubisky somehow going over to Sean and stuff like that. So I think it's the right move. No, because Caleb is clearly, if you watch college football, he's clearly better than Drake May. I don't know what Jalen's watching, except
we been watching some film. He definitely ain't.
Stop.
Like I said, we can go through the games, Jalen. We can go through the. We
don't need to do that. We know what he does.
Wait, we did go through the games because we all watch films. So I don't know what Jalen was.
Y'all must be watching cartoons. Cartoons
is crazy.
You know what? This is a perfect example of somebody getting caught up in the draft NFL season like Jalen is. What he heard about Mel Kiper saying, it may just be the Bears trying to get more compensation from the Commanders in terms of trade compensation. Because even when Andrew Luck was coming out, wasn't there a report, hey, RG3 could go first? Like, this isn't something new. And my thing when it comes to Caleb and the Bears was like, this is easy. If you're going to get Caleb, maybe the best prospect we've seen since Andrew Luck, you clean house. The minute they decide to keep Eberflus, okay, bet. Then you're keeping Justin Fields because that's what you want to do. So if it makes sense for me that if you're going to do that and you're going to trade and you're going to skip out on what could be the best prospect since Andrew Luck, I need you to get a haul of picks to make that Bears team as good as possible for the foreseeable future, especially if because like I said, with Justin Fields next year, you're going to have to start thinking about how much are we prepared to pay Justin Fields? Like, you're going to have to start having those conversations. So if you're going to do that, the Commanders, they're prepared to make a haul. Hopefully that means in free agency, they're getting O-line help to help Caleb if he's going to DC. But what Jalen is out here saying, and I'm not even going to do it. Hold on.
I'll ask you a question. I don't agree with Jalen because I don't think it's that. Like, I don't think that he's a bust like that. But who do we think Caleb Williams is? Honestly, like this whole totality of us. Who do we think Caleb Williams is?
He's a generational talent.
He's a generational talent.
I just don't think
he's calling him Baby Mahomes.
If he's Baby Mahomes, you give up everything for him.
Can I say this one thing though about the?
Hold on, real quick, Goose. Let me finish, and I'm gonna go. All right, because you just don't skip out on talent like that, whether or not you want to believe. Because what Jalen is saying, like, you're calling him a bust, and then he goes, and even if he has half of what CJ Stroud did this year, Jalen's fired.
You gotta have the whole thing.
Like, Jalen's fired for the way he's talking. And legitimately, Jalen, hold on. I just believe you haven't watched enough of what Caleb Williams did. I understand that his USC did not live up to expectations. But at points, he was carrying that USC squad because that defense was that bad. He was playing did he not have bad habits? Absolutely he did. But that's how bad his defense was selling him. J-Rob can tell you. Trent can tell you. I don't know how you just look at the film and say Drake May's better than him, other than you just didn't watch the film and you was watching highlights or something. I don't know how you just do that.
No,
there's a reason why. And now Mel Kiper is saying that because that's what somebody from the Bears told him because they're trying to get compensation. This is what draft season is. NFL, this is when all the lying and toxicity happens because everybody's trying to make plays to either move up, get better compensation. This is what happens every time, especially with a generational talent like this. When Mario Williams was number one pick, people say, man, Reggie Bush maybe could go first because the Texans were trying to keep people distracted or trying to do stuff. This always happens. Jesus.
Well, Ooze.
All right, I just want to say this about the little Bears situation because I feel like we're kind of selling what they got over there a little short. Because before the season started, I feel like when they got DJ Moore over there, they already had Cole Kmet. We were kind of saying, okay, this is the year maybe we can feel in the Bears kind of progress a little bit on offense. Didn't really live up to that. He played it a little better than what he did in past years before, but not as much as he did. Because Cole Kmet is the top 10 tight end in this league. DJ Moore, top 15 receiver, wherever you want to put him at, don't matter. Darnell Mooney. I said Darnell Mooney. Khalil, I forget his last name.
Herbert.
Running back, he had a solid year in the 12 games he played too. I just feel like Justin Fields has still not shown enough progression in order to keep him over a generational talent like a May or a Caleb Williams. You can't sell up on that.
But who is we though, Oots? Who is we?
I think
you said we as in people thought the Bears gonna be better than they were. You live in Chicago? You must live in Chicago. Because who's we?
No, I'm like, not him.
Early, stop. Early, stop. Stop early. Early. People thought the Bears gonna have a little jump.
So we're not out here acting like people weren't saying, hey, that bet for Justin Fields for MVP, that wasn't happening.
Justin Fields was getting MVP.
He definitely went to the season with preseason MVP conversations for sure.
And Me and Trey was trying to tell y'all.
Hold on, Justin Fields got preseason MVP conversation.
He got
Yes, he was.
That's news to me. I don't remember that.
Well, I think
Oh, he was like
Top 10.
Hold on,
y'all. The conversation
Bama
became
was
about
the
him
same
going to the MVP because when the preseason was coming around, there were a lot of bets being placed on Justin Fields because at one time I think it was maybe like plus 4,000, plus 3,000.
And Reese was plus 4,000.
So, but when you're doing futures, all futures have really high odds because that's why they're futures. So, because he was getting such a surge of bets, I think it obviously stirs the conversation because let's be honest, like betting now is a part of sports. So, if somebody getting a hella bets for MVP, something like that, or people are putting the futures, like, bro, you know how many, the Jets were the third most picked team for this preseason Super Bowl this season.
I mean,
going into the year.
Aaron Rodgers.
Because of Aaron Rodgers. And the season ended.
I thought we all agreed that the Lions, this was their year, the cakewalk that division.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Cakewalk. I didn't agree to that.
That is not as bad. Seem like Justin Fields just holds the ball, damn near hella long where he can make a sandwich back there because he can't read the defense properly still in his third year in the NFL. Like, I just think it's about time for him to be in a new situation and the Bears just to have a new situation. They kind of need to clean house. I agree with Random. I think they could get some draft compensation, maybe some win-now-ready players. Because I think that Chicago Bears situation is better than the Commanders for me.
You muted, bro.
You muted.
Go ahead on. You lagged out. Say what you said that one more time. You got lagged out.
I said, I think that Bears situation, in my opinion, would be a better situation for they would jump into than the Washington Commanders because that Commanders line competing on my dog. That defense in Chicago.
Is he bugging out?
Yeah, his mic is
cutting out. His mic is cutting out.
We
gotta get you some headphones, my boy.
Go ahead, G baby. Go ahead, G baby.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate right now. I'm gonna bring that back, and I'm gonna hit y'all with two things. So my first question to the panel. No. That's me. I'm the original.
Who you playing it for?
Let me ask y'all a question for this panel. What do you think the Bears can get more of a haul for? Their number one overall pick or Justin Fields?
Just
number one pick.
Number one overall pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
You started
keep
Bryce
that.
Young.
So keep that there. That there. They can get more of a haul for their number one overall pick. With that being said, why can't the Bears get more of a haul for that? Drop back to maybe 2 or 5 or 6. Still get the O-line help that they need. They already got a haul for the first pick. And keep Justin Fields. And the reason why I say that is because, let's be real. Because this is why I say that. If y'all think Justin Fields with the processing the field and all this, that, and the third is that bad, why do y'all think it's going to be any better anywhere else?
That's what I'm saying.
If that's how y'all feel about Justin Fields, why do y'all think it's going to be any better anywhere else? In Atlanta, why do you think it's going to be any better?
You know why, G baby? Well, because I ain't going, but you know what? Because he's better than Desmond Ridder. That's it. He's a slightly better. He's better than him. So maybe that's what he's better.
Not slightly better.
And you're right. But Trent, with that being said, y'all have preached. Well, you and other people have preached. Caleb, you don't pass that up. You don't pass it up.
You don't.
But if you can get more of a whole, because look,
that was my original point.
I think Early just said it. If Caleb gets drafted to the Bears, he's going into the same bad situation Justin Fields had. Now, do we think Caleb is more talented? Of course. We think he should be better. But we also there was a good amount of people that thought Bryce Young was the clear QB1. And look how he looked on a team with no O-line and mediocre.
Only Alabama.
Hold on, G baby.
I said Pete. I ain't get to go yet.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Trent.
Because the number one reason Waddle is what y'all finna fall victim to, and that's why I keep asking y'all: is Drake may go make more of a impact over there than Justin Fields? When you have a team with a bad O-line, you have to have a quarterback that excels in the athleticism department. Because look, The only reason the Colts looked as good as they did is Anthony Richards is uber athletic. Like, he's ridiculously athletic. So when you have horrible O-lines, he can rely on his athleticism to break tackles, move in the pocket, and extend plays that normally wouldn't be there with somebody like a Drake May or Caleb Williams, who needs a clean pocket in order for them to show their greatness, bro. They're not gonna be able to do that in Chicago. It's it's next to impossible with that O-line. But for them to make the impact y'all talk about, they can make, bro, with that O-line, what they got over there in Chicago, bro, them boys gonna go right back into
y'all out here acting.
Cooking,
please.
Y'all been dragging this O-line situation for a year or two now for mad long. Even this year alone, Justin Fields had the most time in the pocket this year. You know what he does in the pocket? I'm gonna show y'all exactly what he do. He do this. He drop back, hold the ball on until he married. His clock is too slow. Y'all always drag the O-line situation so bad. Justin Fields be holding on to the ball like he's married to it. So again, if
that quarterback display was very nasty. I just want to say
real slow.
He hold the ball for years. He holds the ball on for that too long. My issue is that I think it's a no-brainer. I don't think you should overthink this. Mm-hmm. Unless the only way I'm cool with Justin Fields is that if you get a haul for him. If you get a haul, cool.
4 first rounders?
Tag me in, Trent.
I don't think you're getting 4 first rounders.
Tag me in, Trent.
But here's the thing. I don't think Justin Fields' trade value is crazy. I think he's gonna get like a Sam Darnold type of trade package where you get a second and third, a couple thirds for him. So if you send him off, go get Caleb or Drake. I don't care. At this point, I think Caleb is better than Drake, so I prefer Caleb. But you have to go get Caleb. Justin Fields, I'm sorry, like
tag me in, Trent. Tag me in.
Give Justin Fields Marvin Harrison Jr.
Tag me in,
Marvin Harrison Jr.
No,
hold DJ Moore, who we all agree is
Marvin and DJ Moore are pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's a good.
Hold on.
One mic.
Yeah, one mic. Tag me in, please, Trent. Tag me in.
Real quick, the last thing I'm just saying. If Justin Fields had a crazy improvement from this year, because I've been saying, let's see what he really do when he get a wide receiver 1. You got a top 15 receiver in DJ Moore. He had a career year, and you were still bad. You were still terrible. So at this point, bro, I can't do it. Nah, you got to move on. I don't think it should be an even idea to where you keep Justin Fields unless you get a haul.
Go ahead,
because first of all, what number 1 overall pick goes into a perfect situation? Okay, look. You saw we saw the film when Trent put up the Justin Fields film. We saw it. You are just not going to pass over a generational talent like that. If that means in free agency you got to go get linemen, then go get linemen. Okay, like,
but if you don't want to go, what does it matter?
What do you mean?
You want to do the girl that don't want you, nigga? What are y'all talking about?
That's rumors.
Let's not say pretend like no. Hold on, real quick. Let's not sit here and pretend like Caleb Williams is the first quarterback to not go where you want to get drafted. Okay, you still make it work. Okay, you still make it work, even if he says he doesn't want to go there. Okay. You do that, you draft the quarterback, you draft the quarterback and you ride it. Because are you prepared to have those conversations about paying Justin Fields in the middle of the year? Are you prepared to have those conversations? Are you picking up his option? I don't want that to be my problem anymore. So let somebody else deal with it. I start afresh. I start the freaking clock over again. I have one of the best situations in sports because I got a rookie quarterback in his first year and I got to load up with a generational talent. Yeah, let's not sit here and pretend like when Andrew Luck was drafted, the Colts were great. They weren't. They were the worst team in the league when he was drafted. Okay,
and he only survived 4 years.
That's obviously that's due to GM incompetence.
And I think we forget they have that
GM incompetence too.
Go ahead, Bama.
That's due to GM incompetence though.
Fantasy. I know y'all got this weird Madden fantasy where
there's no Madden fantasy here.
From the ranks of the nether realm, but it don't work like that. We've saw how it works. When these quarterbacks go into these shit situations,
that's every first overall pick goes into a bad situation, Ben.
Bro,
I'm saying that it's not true.
Do we forget that they had the
number 1 pick?
No. First off, the reason why they don't go into similar situations, Andrew Luck went right back to the NCAA when he found out that Carolina was going to get the first overall pick. That's how Cam Newton became the first overall pick in the year before. So he reclassed again and came back with the Colts. Ended up looking back down the road, it was a shittier situation. Cool, granted. Trevor Lawrence also said he would have reclassed. It was the team that had the first overall pick. I can't remember who it was, but Trevor Lawrence also said I would have reclassed if they had the first overall pick because I wasn't going there. Like we hear this with these quarterbacks all the time, telling you now that they are not finna play for these teams. So the fact that Caleb Williams is telling you he's not finna play for the Bears, you can't go plan a happy future with him, bro. He is finna either reclass or he's gonna do something to where he won't be with that team, dog. Because we've seen where these teams have really ruined these quarterbacks.
Only 2 times in NFL history has a quarterback.
Let me say,
Bama, only 2 times in NFL history has a quarterback forced his way out of the team being drafted. John Elway and Eli. Only 2 times. You just can't get that on a guy like that. No matter what he says.
Well, this is public, so you only can use that type of reference. To be honest.
Go ahead. What are you saying, Ooze?
I'm saying like they also had the 9th overall pick too, so they could have a chance to address that line problem in a Joe Alt or a Olu, and or maybe they could address the weapon problem that I don't really think they have too much of, but they could go get a receiver like.
They need linebackers. They need
plus
D-line
they can
like they have chances to improve the team.
You forget if they trade Justin Fields, they can still trade him for maybe a second. They can still get it. They can still get a couple seconds. Couple thirds, couple fourths.
And they get
wait early. Name the situation where it was perfect for number 1 overall pick. Name the situation.
Caleb Williams or Drake May is way higher.
For the Bears, it's the
Justin Fields, in my opinion. Like it just is.
Do y'all trust the OC over there? Do y'all trust the quarterback?
Hey, J-Rob,
on the Super Bowl.
Because I'm be real with y'all, what y'all don't understand is that the things that Caleb Williams does in college, the NFL, a lot of that shit is not gonna be null and void. The same way Jada Daniels was faster than everybody on the field. When you get to the NFL level, that shit will slow. It'll get way faster. Your clock got to be way faster. I hear you, Ooch, but I'm just saying, Caleb is a guy who goes like he's a freestyle guy too. He's really good like a Patrick Mahomes who can get it done by actually making a play.
But are some of the best quarterbacks in the league the playmaking quarterbacks like a Caleb Williams? Like, what are you talking right now, early?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
The 3 best quarterbacks in the league: Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson.
You know what's crazy about that? What's crazy about that? One of them quarterbacks last 4 years, other quarterback was a bust before he got a top receiver. What are you talking about?
I'd argue
because you want to talk about Josh Allen his first 2 years the same way we're talking about Caleb Williams in his first year being great. So stop what you talking about.
And you know what? Early. And if you heard me talk about Caleb Williams before, but you haven't because we haven't talked too much. But honestly, I don't think Caleb Williams is going to come into the league, just killing out the gate. I do think it's going to take a while for him to get acclimated into the NFL system. I agree with you. But once it happens, like once he clicks, it's over. The league's his.
Everybody's going to have a CJ Stroud.
J-Rob, I got a question.
Go there. If it's like I think that these rumors
BCJ is coming like that.
This don't happen every year.
But this happens every draft season.
It doesn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen every year. But I think it'd be better than Justin Fields. Let's not forget the Bears were only. The Bears were only a few games out of missing the playoffs.
But Justin Fields is good. But I also think, Lonnie, I'm gonna let you ask your question. I just want to say that. I think one thing y'all are not being honest about with the Bears is they still had to play like 4 games with Taylor Bagnet, whatever his name is, at quarterback. And you also admitted there are a few games out of the playoffs. Well, what happens if Justin Fields doesn't get injured? What if the Bears do squeak into the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for the same things y'all say are Justin Fields' flaws, you also admitted that the Bears were a few games away from the playoffs, and he missed a bit of time. So,
but there were also games too when he was healthy. He lost a good bit of them. So that kind of plays in hand
at the beginning of the year. Yeah,
kind of plays in hand.
My question is, hold on. But this is where y'all lose me a little bit is because you're gonna say I've heard y'all multiple times come up and say, when a quarterback loses a game, y'all mention all the things around him, but I feel like with Justin Fields, Trent, you don't want to hear about the line. Ooze doesn't want to hear about the weapons. You guys don't want to hear about the defense because Josh Sweat is on it. But at the end of the day, the Bears, as a team as a whole, they still are very much flawed, and I feel like they're not a ready-made team. So the fact that Justin Fields missed time and he was still their best offensive player a few games out from the playoffs, Justin Fields, despite what y'all think of him, he showed a lot of flashes this year, and that's why people had question marks about the number 1 pick. That's the
But the
reason.
fans want to keep him.
He's not good enough to skip Caleb Williams over.
Let me finish. I'll let y'all all rock. Y'all all have had the opportunity. The reason why we're even having this conversation about the whole number 1 pick situation is because of the flashes Justin Fields has shown us this year. That's the reason we're even having this debate, because ultimately we also are very aware that the Bears have a lot of flaws as a team. I don't think any of us here look at Eberflus as a confident, as a great coach. I think as much as we could say Justin Fields lost them some games, I can go back and say Matt Eberflus lost them some games this year. He didn't coach well. He put some games in jeopardy for this team. So all I'm saying is I truly do think if I'm the Bears and the fans have said that we want Justin, they chanted for Justin Fields because they believe in this kid. And you have a quarterback in Caleb Williams whose team has come out, whether y'all want to say he hasn't personally said or not, his team has come out and says he does not want to play in Chicago. And there's also a reason why the consensus number 1 pick for the last 2 years waited to the 11th hour to declare for the draft. He's one of the last people to declare for the draft just due to the fact that he knows where his draft position would be with the Bears. So if I'm the Bears and I know that I can get a king's ransom just to go back to number 2, low key, I don't see how I don't steal a Scary Terry or a Jahan Dotson and then draft MHJ. And honestly, if Justin Fields cannot make something happen with all of those things around him, then it's on us, and you got to eat that. You got to take that L. But there's also no guarantee.
Next year.
There's no guarantee. But there's no guarantee with the situation that y'all have. There's no guarantee with the situation that y'all have. Bringing in Caleb Williams, he's going to change the dynamic, because Justin Fields, with all of his limitations, y'all all conceded to me that they were a game or 2 away from the playoffs. And y'all telling me he has all these deficiencies. So I'm just saying, I think he showed enough flashes this year to at least polls could consider the haul he get. Because let me also ask you this. What if you can get the Commanders' first-round pick next season, right? And the Commanders wet the bed this year. You still end up next season in 2025 with a top 3 pick in the draft. And you can still go get that quarterback with damn near a ready-made roster, because by 2025, that Bears defense, I think, will start reaching its peak. A year with MHJ, another year with DJ.
That's the only reason I skip Caleb. That's the only reason I skip Caleb is I'm getting.
My whole thing is this: a lot of teams, you don't really want to. To me, you don't really always want to deal with a player who has openly said he don't want to play for you, because that will always be like, if it doesn't go a certain way, the automatic context is Caleb never wanted to be there. The coaches and staff never got along. So I think Caleb is more talented than Justin Fields. I'm not even finna say I don't disagree with that. I do think he is the next version of Patrick Mahomes. I think he can take the league by storm. But I also do agree that the Bears have had a generational curse of quarterbacks, and they might be in the safest position to make this thing better that they've had already. And so I just don't know, with the ability to potentially change life for the next decade, especially in a conference that is not as hard to deal with as the AFC, maybe you go forward with this kid and try to find weapons. And then you have all the literally all the riches you can get for this number 1 pick. You'll have a backup plan in 2025 to go get the quarterback you need. And let's not forget, fellas, they also have the 9th pick in the draft this year.
Unless you're getting the haul that the Bears got last year, and I'm starting with the Bryce Williams trade. That's where my starting point.
That's what they said.
Unless I'm getting that is the only reason. But even that, I understand. But he's just not good enough to skip.
And what if somebody values Justin Fields as a first-round pick? Like that's what you also got to think about too. But also get that quarterback and MHJ. It just depends on how people look at it. I'm not bringing in no kid that's already talking about he don't want to play for the franchise. It's already. I'm not dealing with that headache because I'm trying to win football.
Hey, so but my thing is, J-Rob, to respond
not holding nobody's hostage.
Yeah, to respond to your point though, J-Rob, about me saying that the Bears are a few games out of the playoffs. that late game down the stretch, they were winning games, but it wasn't because of Justin Fields. That defense that they had playing at the end of the season were playing damn good football. They were playing really good. And Justin Fields was just playing okay, not doing really nothing crazy. All I'm saying is that for this season, even you got a top 15 receiver. To me personally, Justin Fields has not shown you enough and anything to where you don't take Caleb number one. And even if you don't, even with all the stuff you say about Caleb, me personally, if Caleb don't want to do that, screw that. Go get Drake. I don't care. Either way, you get a new quarterback. And you move.
But what I'm saying is, and this is where you're losing me. Because okay, go get Drake May. If you can trade to number 2 to get Drake May, then why are you not trading number 2 to get Drake May?
Wait, I'm saying if you can do that.
Because in my head, you can look at it like this. If I'm trading back to number 2, the idea is that if I'm a GM, I'm probably thinking, oh, y'all gonna get Marvin.
Okay,
so
yeah, I understand.
Back to 2 to get Drake May, but you get all these
I understand
other
that.
things.
Unless you're still able to trade back and get Drake still, cool. Like that's fine. But if you're able to move from Fields, I would do that most. But if you don't move from Fields, yeah, trade back, get Marvin Harris Jr. I'm not tripping about it. That's the only way I see Justin Fields still a Chicago Bear.
But y'all are comparing Caleb Williams to Patrick Mahomes, right? Can we stop acting like Patrick Mahomes went to he was a number overall pick that went to the Raiders or something?
Thank you, Early.
Yeah, I just went somewhere.
What number 1 overall pick goes to a great situation, Early? What number 1 overall pick goes to a great situation, Early? Name the one.
That's not even the point.
That's not what he's saying, though. He's saying go for it, Patrick Mahomes.
I ain't gonna lie. His point went over your head. He's saying that Patrick Mahomes. The reason why we know Patrick Mahomes for
because he went there with Airbnb and
he actually went to something that has some structure, and we really could say
that team was in the playoffs the year before by Alex Smith.
Right? No, I truly believe situations matter in football. Situations truly matter.
Wait, real quick. Even a bad one. I just want to add something real quick because you brought up Andrew Luck with that same point earlier. You do realize the reason the Colts got the number 1 pick is because Dan Orlovsky was playing quarterback for them a couple games.
Yes, I understand.
The year before they were 10-6. The year before they were 10-6. But you said he went to a bad situation. No, he went to a good one. They just didn't have a quarterback because he literally went that next year as a rookie, went 11-5.
You can make the same argument right now when it comes to the Bears.
Let me respond.
I mean, you can make the same argument when it comes to the Bears right now. They are not a number 1 overall pick team right now. The only reason why they have this pick is because they have the Panthers pick. That is the only reason why they got this pick. So
we wouldn't even be talking about them getting Caleb if it wasn't for the Panthers pick.
That's a fact.
We wouldn't even be talking about them getting Caleb.
And that's why I think you take Caleb or Drake.
That's exactly why.
Like me personally, they are a QB away. This Bears team right now is not as close as bad as y'all think. This O-line is nowhere near as bad as y'all think it is.
I don't disagree.
This O-line is nowhere near as bad as it is. They have the receiving core. They have the receiving core.
No,
they need a quarterback. That's
the
what they
problem,
need.
Trent. I agree with a lot of your things. I would, Trent, me and you, I definitely. Hold on.
They're not what y'all trying to say they are, bro.
When it comes down to it,
they have pieces.
No, they have talent. Hey, the Chicago Bears.
Did I say they at least the Texans?
The Chicago Bears.
No,
I'm not. I'll put it like this early.
Because you know why they're not the Texans? You know why they're not the Texans early? Because you know what? Nobody wants to admit about the Texans. If you look at the roster up and down, it's not really the most talented roster.
As bad as people think.
But you know what it is? They well coached as hell. They coach well because they have a great staff. I don't think
Eberflus pretty good actually. It's like tough.
I understand Eberflus may be a problem, but I think that even with this team, they won 7 games. I think if you get an upgraded quarterback, they could be 10.
No, but Trent,
if they don't get hurt, they might win 10 games.
I
don't
know.
Why? How am I out of my mind? They won 7 games this year.
Why are they going to upgrade at quarterback?
What happens when the Lions get better? When the Packers get better?
Wait, hold up. If we just talk about this season, Trent, more specifically to you, how many games did the Packers win? And they went on a run to end the season, right?
They won like
Justin Fields, if
9
Justin Fields hurt 4 games, you don't think he can win 2 out of those? And
I don't know the way how he was playing this season.
The Bears could be better than
he was. I don't know.
But listen, We're talking about Justin Fields' second half of the season because he looked better.
His second half of the season wasn't good. He was just okay.
Wait,
it wasn't.
If you look, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But
if you want to say it was still bad, then fine.
I always salute the Justin Fields.
Trent, if you want to say it was still bad, Trent, hold up. Look, because if you want to say it was still bad, okay, fine. But it was definitely better. And again, they got to 7 with him. You don't think in the second half when he was playing better?
He would have been better than Bajan.
Because I promise you, if the Bears were in the playoffs, we wouldn't be having a conversation whether or not Justin Fields.
Thank you.
Yes, you would.
No, hold on. Then I got a question.
Yes, you would.
Yes, we would.
Not as big as it is right now.
If Caleb Williams never said anything about him not wanting to be on the Bears, it would have been a consensus. We wouldn't have this conversation at all. It's purely because of the rumors about Caleb Williams.
No.
That is the biggest reason why they're.
No, he's right though. If they didn't have Carolina's pick, not only that, let's just say for the sake of, even though they had Carolina's pick, if Justin Fields played as dog water as bad as y'all say he did, the topic of conversation about the first pick wouldn't be a topic of conversation. There wouldn't be ideas about the Bears having to make a decision because and then obviously if you hear from the Bears coaches, I mean the players, DJ Moore, like he said he don't understand why the Bears are even in conversations for a new quarterback. So all I'm saying is that's the wide receiver one of the team. So if he think his quarterback is good enough, the fans believe in him, and they won 7 games, I do think there could be something to say like maybe we do go in on Justin Fields. I don't think that would be crazy.
Who bigged up a quarterback everybody hate on? That's Mr. Samuels and his quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Huh?
I think he made it.
Debo is not a wide receiver one. Debo is not a wide receiver one.
But hold on, y'all. But I just
want to add some quick context. So
this is the last part.
Justin Fields missed 5 games. And during those 5 games he missed, they played Minnesota, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Saints, and Carolina. Right? They won 2 of those games. With bad question after this. So do you think with Justin Fields they find a way to be?
Just say what you say.
Yeah. So do you think it with Justin Fields they find a way to beat Minnesota? They find a way to beat the Chargers. That's with Herbert, and they find a way to beat New Orleans. Do you still think they wins one of those 3? Because I don't think maybe New Orleans.
Yes.
Maybe New Orleans.
All right, so I do. You don't. Wait. No. Because we're gonna go into a whole tangent. Go ahead, Lonnie.
No, so I just wanted to do because we're trying to figure out like where Justin Fields would gauge, and so Justin because we already think that like because we think like Drake and May, Caleb would be over him, and then probably Jaden McDaniel. So Justin Fields or Bo Nix?
Justin Fields, bro. What
Justin Fields?
Justin Fields or JJ McCarthy?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields or Spencer Rattler?
Justin Fields.
All the names Fields for me.
All the Fields. Yeah, it's only the top 2 quarterbacks.
Only the top, maybe top 3.
Maybe
now,
if
they,
I will honestly only say Caleb. 100%, I will only say Caleb.
Now, if they traded for a haul, and we're like hypothetically, let's say they traded for a haul and they soup up their roster, but he still plays bad, and so they have to pick a quarterback next year. Justin Fields or Shador?
All right, give me Shador, bro.
I'm taking Shador Sanders.
Justin Fields or Quinn Ewers?
Justin Fields.
If
he plays like he did at the end, if he plays as good as he did this year.
Yeah, I'm taking Quinn lives up to his hype because Quinn is.
No, I've seen 2 seasons of Quinn. I'm still taking Justin. I think I kind of know what Quinn is already.
And J-Rod was a Quinn Ewers fan, so
yeah, I kind of know what Quinn is already.
So he's arguably worth a first-round pick, but they'll probably settle for like a second-round pick for him.
Yeah, he's gonna go with Sam
based off of what you guys are saying.
He's gonna go with Sam.
But at the end of the day, Lonnie, it's really based off what people value him as. But the reason why we're still on quarterbacks in the draft, I want to get to this topic before we get to our Pro Bowl stuff. So, obviously, it was the Senior Bowl. It was also the East-West Shrine Bowl. I hope y'all been doing y'all homework. Y'all say y'all football guys. So, who are some of y'all biggest draft risers in the Senior Bowl and maybe some of your biggest draft losers? But I'm going to say this before y'all go. My Spencer Rattler thing I said earlier in the week. It's hitting right now.
He coming to NOLA, baby. He coming to
all
NOLA.
I'm saying for when I said Spencer Rattler earlier this week, please roll the tape. J-Rob brought up
Spencer over JJ.
I said I think I'd take Spencer Rattler over JJ McCarthy just because of the
arm
talent.
JJ,
and Bo Nix. And
Bo Nix. And I said Bo Nix.
You might say Michael Penix too.
Who? Yeah, I said Michael. Who had the best Senior Bowl out of the quarterback from the tape that I watched? Spencer Rattler looked like the best quarterback in the Senior Bowl.
Spencer is coming to NOLA. J-Rob, book it.
And I will say this. You know, one thing I do like is I like growth. So what do? I watch his performance at the Senior Bowl. I said I got to see if this kid matured a little bit from what I've seen from that reality TV show. So I found a few little interviews he's done over the last year and a half. I like what I see. Looks like a mature young man. Looks like a franchise quarterback. Looks like if you turn back on the tape, I wouldn't doubt somewhere between round pick 20 to 32. Don't be surprised if the name Spencer Rattler sneaks its way into that first round.
Pick 14.
Because the arm talent is all the way there, brother. It's all the way there. I see it's all the way there, though. If we talk about that,
pick 14 is crazy.
If we talking about the potential thing, if we talking about that potential stuff, huh?
You said he matured?
Yeah. I like the way.
When millions on the line, I can put my pick y'all at the dinner table too.
I ain't gonna lie. The Spencer Rattler take I said earlier about him and JJ McCarthy. After what I seen in that Senior Bowl, he's been my biggest draft riser. I think Spencer Rattler with enough good interviews, a good combine, and really a good pro day and some good interviews, I think somebody may consider him for a first round draft pick, or even honestly, 14 with NOLA, G baby, you might be able to get a little bit in return, trade down to like 25 and still get him.
I'm with it.
You know what I'm saying? So that might be a steal somewhere because, quarterback is a premium position. And I'm going to say one thing, fellas. We love to overthink quarterbacks when it comes to the NFL. Somebody will go for it. Listen, Mitchell Trubisky, you went for it. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Sometimes you go Josh Allen. Sometimes it's a question mark, but sometimes it works out like it does with Josh. Obviously, Sam Darnold, though. They said Sam Darnold was the most prototypical in this class. He's not better than Baker, Lamar. So you just never know. You never know. So, Lonnie, I'll start with you. Who was your biggest draft riser from any of the Senior Bowls, Shrine, Reese's, either? It doesn't matter.
Well, Brandon Fisk, he was a wrecking ball that whole game. But Brendan Rice from USC, he's gonna mess up the wide receiver draft boards. I feel like because not only did he run some nice routes, but the way he was shredding tackles and like he was bullying those DBs was pretty impressive.
Bama, you heard that, Bama? Bama, you heard Brendan Rice was getting on Bama? You heard that?
You are disrespecting Brendan Rice, though, Ben.
Heard that, right, Bama?
The way he was shredding.
He was.
It was like,
get off these little boys. I was like, oh,
but
hey, I've been told
Brendan
about Brendan Rice, but they all here talking about something. Hey,
you
I ain't finna router no. Last time I checked, you supposed to risk it all for Malik Neighbors because he go change your franchise around.
But also, one of my favorite O-linemen, just off his name, Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon. Probably gonna be the best center. I'm thinking Eagles might be able to pick him up in the second round because Kelsey's gonna be gone. And he's technically
we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
We don't know that, but I like that. That's a good. Because I ain't gonna lie, if I'm the Eagles, you got to find a successor. So yeah, I like that. Okay, Lonnie.
The last one would be Marshawn Lloyd.
His bag. That's why I be telling y'all, get in y'all bag. Go ahead, Lonnie.
The last one would probably be Marshawn Lloyd. He didn't play in the game because he played so well in practice. He was juking everybody. He was shredding tackle. Like he was the best running back in the Senior Bowl. So
his agent said, "Yeah, you're good, bro. Shut it down."
Yeah,
exactly. I love that. Go ahead, Trent.
Start with risers, bro. Hey, Georgia might have a little mini Wes Welker. Hey, Lat McConkey though, the Senior Bowl he was wilding. He was wilding. I'm not saying I don't think he's probably like a day 4 guy, day 3, but he could be pretty. He was going crazy at the Senior Bowl, rising up. But I think the best one, really the MVP of this for real. Quinnion Mitchell for Toledo, that corner, 6 foot, real long, can move. He might be a top 20 pick, bro. He bro. He is.
I like it.
You talk about strapping, locking people up. I don't even think he lost a rep at the Senior Bowl. He was just wild.
I like it.
But and I'll probably say the fallers though, Bo Nix, bad. He was bad. He was bad. Yeah, he was bad. Bo Nix was bad.
It's so funny.
But Bo Nix was bad. But I think the biggest faller though is Xavier Legette. Because one,
I agree.
He was supposed to his tape or he was 6'3". Bro measured at 6 foot. And then he dropping passes. He just didn't have a good day. And I think Tez Walker had a real bad seeing it because he was just dropping. Seeing Bo because he was just dropping gimmies left and right. Yeah, I don't think that's Tez Walker like him as a receiver, but that whole weekend specifically, it was just a bad weekend for him. He had, I think
they kept on throwing him deep routes. Like he needed like some things in the middle. Like
he was just dropping gimmies though. Like as a receiver, you can't drop that. Like they just like you gotta catch those. He was just dropping. He was just dropping. And then I ain't like the worst one for real, the worst faller. Joe Milton really might go undrafted. Joe Milton.
He was bad.
See, Bama, Joe Milton is the guy you should have said ain't one of the best 300 players in.
Joe Milton. That's what you should have said.
He was probably to me. He was probably the worst quarterback. Yeah, he was probably the worst quarterback at the Senior Bowl by far. Go ahead, Ooze.
I ain't gonna lie. Trent did say Conejo. Like Lad McConkey is one name I was definitely gonna say. He definitely shown he could be a very versatile slot receiver in this league. One of the best route runners in the draft, in my opinion. I've been seeing this all year, so this surprised me seeing what he was doing to the DBs out there at the camp. And then that edge rusher Latu from UCLA.
Different.
That boy, he got every pass rush rule in the book. I feel like he's gonna come in there and be number one edge in the draft class now off of what he was showing over there when he was dominating those tackles over there. And then Frank Gore Jr. in that game, he had some big runs in that game. I think he kind of shows the people that he could be a pretty solid back in the NFL. So those are some names I'll say.
Go ahead, Random.
Mine was.
Let me say one loser. Let me say one loser real quick. Definitely Bo Nix. And I was never high on Bo Nix. He's been trashed as Auburn, in my opinion. I think what he was doing over there at Oregon was just a little fluke. He's a college quarterback. That's it, in my opinion. Him having that performance out there did not surprise me.
That's crazy.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. Hey, look, I'm not gonna take too much time, but J-Rob and Bama, you too. I know y'all being hosts right now, but I'm surprised y'all letting this man Trent rock after all that. Daddy hit a nigga with the Shador. Daddy hit a nigga with the Shador. Hyping up that man, bro. We told y'all. And shout out to Trey. We told y'all he was Jacob Eason. We told y'all he was Jacob Eason, and y'all didn't want to listen. Now look.
Bo Nix is garbage.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand, G baby. There's just certain battles that me and Bama just know. They're gonna show themselves.
That's just
Bo Nix was nothing. Bo Nix was never nothing.
But here's the thing now, but J-Rob, this is why
listen. Hold on. G baby, look. Listen. Me and Bama always do who Bo picks. I mean, Nix was as a quarterback. But you know what? We can't say he beat the Buffs by 40. You know, he gave them boys their moment. But hey, we watched that Senior Bowl and everything again revealed itself that we already knew. So you know it's cool.
It's cool. You know what's crazy? So he might be. Hey, what's the head coach from Oregon? Hey, he might be a quarterback whisperer. I don't know because all of a sudden he ain't had that man next to him.
You know what's so crazy, G baby? You know what's so crazy, G baby?
He's gonna say he's gonna say something to me, but G baby's the one who says something. I didn't say nothing.
No, because
so how you mad at me because you said something?
I can't let you because I'll let G baby get a pass because he's been saying this Bo Nix. I can't let you rock because you rock with DJU. I can't rock with that.
But he went back to, but DJU went back to college though.
Oh wait, I'm saying he was whack at Clemson.
Hold on. Everybody,
I've been saying Bo Nix whack. That ain't changed.
But hold on, time out. All right, so you're bringing up DJU. You're bringing up DJU, but everybody watched Clemson this year. Pretty bad offense, right?
Yep.
Don't seem like a very competent coaching staff.
But he was also
DJU was way better this year than he was last year.
But okay, just like how Bo Nix was way better at Auburn and it wasn't Oregon.
Because he's playing in the Pac-12.
Hey, no. The Pac-12 had one season where they were the dominant conference of the league, and y'all got fooled. He was playing good the year before. What are you saying? Nah, he was playing in the JV of the Power 5. I've been saying that for years. He's playing in the JV of the Power 5.
I got a question about that Shrine Bowl.
He played in the JV.
Go ahead.
I got a quick question about that Shrine Bowl.
Go ahead, Bama.
Hey, that thing with Clayton, they bore and Michael Penix Jr. What was up with that?
Went down that bad.
Well, you said what?
What was up with that thing with Kalen DeBoer and Michael Penix? You remember when Kalen DeBoer tried to take a picture with all the Washington boys, and Michael Penix had moved his arm and told him to go on? Like, why?
I don't think Michael Penix was there at the East Shrine Bowl. He was at the he was at Alabama.
He was at Senior Bowl. He was at Senior Bowl. Michael Penix at Senior Bowl.
That's
Senior Bowl are two different things.
He meant Reese's Bowl. Yeah, he meant the Reese's Bowl.
Yeah, but at the Senior Bowl, like, what was up? What was up with him doing that though?
Maybe he just did. Maybe he just wasn't rocking with what he did though when he going to Bama. Because they did say he didn't even have a meeting. He just dipped and went to Bama.
So weird.
So this is what I'm saying. This is what I was confused off.
But y'all don't understand though. Y'all don't understand, bro, because y'all never been in those locker rooms.
Yeah, like that could really. But even then, you gotta also remember.
I hate to put a D1 card. I hate to put a D1 card.
You gotta understand where they're coming from, bro.
No, but also, J-Rob, it ain't even about the D1 card. J-Rob, it ain't even about the D1 card. They're also 18 and 19-year-olds. These aren't grown men in the NFL.
These are teenagers.
They're not 28, 29. These are guys that fresh out of high school probably went to Washington for this.
For the coach. Thank you.
And then he just
J-Rob also say, tell him all the things that the coach told him when they was getting recruited. All that stuff they was telling them.
You gotta understand, these are kids. These are 18-19-year-old kids. That's why That's why when Travis Hunter said to the kid, to the the recruits, his biggest advice is to commit to a coach. That's why I felt him on that, because honestly, because you got a transfer portal now, so you get one free transfer. Commit to the coach that going to take a chance on you, because, bro, there's no honor. There's really no honor among coaches, bro. There really isn't. Like,
but Michael Penix Jr. is different though. Because with him and Kalen DeBoer, my nigga, you came off of 2 knee injuries, bro. You coming?
His situation is different. Yeah,
your situation is just for you to act like that with Coach DeBoer, bro.
Yeah, I mean
that's kind of
weird.
You out of there too, because blood, you blew both of your knees out, bro. Like and then you a senior, you a super senior. So like, what you got that animosity for? And also, it ain't like Kalen didn't take Washington players with him. He gave a lot of them boys the chances to come, the ones that was good enough that meet the Alabama standard. Now, unfortunately, if I get a promotion, J-Rob, everybody can't come with me, bro. Because
everybody not to that standard or that level.
My new boss is like not rocking with y'all, but at the end of the day, for everybody I can bring with me, I will bring y'all with me. Even you saw with the offensive coordinator, he had a chance to be the head coach at Washington, but he still brought in the Alabama with him, bro. It's like, bro, you go come get this upgrade if you valuable enough to come with me. So that's why I was like, it kind of threw me off, bro, that Penix did that, bro, because you had 2 knee injuries and that man took a chance on you as his quarterback with 2 knee injuries for you to feel some type of way that he went and did his own job, bro. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, no, I agree. And honestly, too, you out of there too, and you definitely admitted to have contemplated, playing football. So no, I agree, man. That's a good point. What you gonna say early?
Did anybody mention Michael Hall Jr.?
I was just been waiting to go.
Yeah, no, I never went though. So
I didn't go either. Y'all started talking about.
We going this way though. But anyway, so for me, Brendan Rice.
It's all right. Random, you're gonna get to go, bro.
Like,
I'm just.
For me, Brendan Rice.
Good, bro.
I'm just real high on nigga being the son of the greatest of all time. And
ain't nothing wrong with that.
So I really watched them, and then like I said, I like Michael Hall Jr. Somebody that I kind of like even in the practices and shit. Like
I like Michael Hall Jr. too. He's a good player.
I like what he got going on.
Time out. The Shrine game is for the ones that's not seniors, right?
Yeah,
that's new.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you got to be a senior to play in that one.
Yeah, that got to be new though, right? That's new.
No, that's been around forever. That's been because Juwan played in that one. That's when he played it. So you could be
that's
a senior.
They weren't televising it how they do now though. The only thing I remember was the recent Senior Bowl.
Yeah, I think that one was on NFL Network or one of them. Yeah. It was on one of them. Go ahead, Random.
Mine was because I was just worried that someone's gonna take it. Talia Tung, is that how you say his first name? Talia Tagovailoa to his brother. I thought he played well in the East West Shrine game. Obviously getting the stiff arm from the NCAA because I know he wanted to come back.
Yeah.
And even having Nick Saban write a letter for him, and they still stiff armed him. He played very well.
That's
I know.
good. I'm glad they stiff armed him. To all of you dudes, 23, 24, 25, 26, go get a job.
Oh, wait a minute, Tua, brother.
Because when I came up in the NCAA, you had 5 years to play 4. If you got hurt, they might give you a medical red shirt back. But after that, my boy, SOL.
Wait, so how old is Tua, brother?
Like 23, 24.
I didn't know he was that old. Damn.
Because he only
maybe Tua's backup.
He only a year younger than Tua. He came
out that's like Williams that played for Memphis in college basketball. He like 27. He got to go back another year. Like, nigga, you're 27. You ain't going back.
Shout out Miami tight end.
Because I know he played very well in my opinion. I think he was the best quarterback in the East-West Shrine game. I know his size and what's going on with his brother might hold him because I know he's going to be a late round pick. But I think a team could take him and stash him. Could take him and stash him, and maybe he could be somebody if he works his way up. This was the first game I've ever actually watched him play.
Really? Maybe he could play behind his brother. I mean, he does have a stronger arm. Go ahead, Riddell.
All right. Here's the college football casual. I'm leveling up. You feel me? One thing that I will say, I know someone talked about it a little bit, but I feel like it's interesting. I do feel like it's interesting, especially considering Hellfire's report, that the fact that they're considering bringing in a more veteran type quarterback, an older type quarterback. Don't be surprised if that man Spencer is in the Giants uniform. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if he's in a Giants uniform. Maybe 3rd round pick potentially. We'll see.
Man, what? That'd be
Stop.
nice.
I'm talking about Tommy DeVito. It's over. The Jeremy Lin run is over.
When did New York Giants start drafting black quarterbacks?
Damn.
It can happen, man. They
did that because they had no choice.
I mean, hey, man, they benched Tommy DeVito for him, so it is what it is. And then another one that was interesting to me because I was like looking at some reports in here and there. One interesting guy that I saw from the Shrine Bowl was Malik Washington. So Malik Washington is a smaller dude, but I feel like someone especially recently, Tank Dell really opened up. Yo, you can be small and be a dog. And what I've seen from Malik Washington, one interesting stat is that I think he led the league and led college football in contested catches. And then I watched some highlights. Bro, his spatial awareness is actually elite. He can track the ball. And I love receivers contested who could track the ball and catch it whichever direction. And despite being small, he understands where the ball should be. And also, he catches with his hands all the time.
You never country, man. Come into the mirror. Boy, ain't so far back, man.
Early, you gonna come up man's off mid-take. Damn. Go ahead. You was cooking, Riddell. Go ahead.
Man, hey, with that said, Malik Washington's going to be a very interesting dude, a receiver that people might not a smaller dude, but he can really be a surprise receiver like Tank Dell was for a team. And hey, man, given the opportunity and his ability to catch the ball, also he's pretty good after the catch. I wouldn't say he's elite, but from what I've seen, he's pretty good. He can be someone. So I like Malik Washington.
You think Tank? And Trent Tank been good his whole life.
He have been good his whole life. Go ahead, Jalen Carter.
Yeah, so I think one of the things we have to realize with this week is one of the things we have to really look into is the practices, because obviously the game is just a game. It's a little bit about a time they get to develop with their teammates around. So I don't put too much stock in the game, but more so even into the practice they have. Because they spend a lot of time with scouts, they spend a lot of time with coaches there, and they really do put them through drills that are more NFL correlated than college. One of the biggest fallers, I will say first, is Xavier Legette, wide receiver, 6'3", 227. Incredible. He has all the kind of physical tools to be great, but his route running apparently was exposed in practice. His hands, incredible drop passes all throughout the week. So Xavier Legette, he was ranked, I think, to go 2nd round. He's probably going to be a 4th, 5th rounder now. And the highest riser, he had an interception in the bowl game that he played in. Jarvis Brownie Jr., quarterback for Louisville. He looked great there. Good anticipation, good size, 6 feet, 210 pounds. But he's a guy who wasn't even on draft boards in some cases. So he was, I think, he had about 25 corners ahead of him. And right now, after his performance this week, they have him in the top 15, borderline top 10.
Yeah, he was. They say he was probably the biggest draft riser.
Exactly, right? He in terms of biggest draft riser, Jarvis Brownie Jr. probably earned himself a nice little contract from where he was.
G-Baby, anybody who's climbing your draft board that you want to watch for?
I mean, I pretty much already commented on the big ones because Bo Nix, I really came out here because I really wanted to just highlight that I was right about Bo Nix. that had been coming out. For sure. But honestly, Trey, I'm surprised you didn't say this, and maybe he's not a draft riser, but and forgive me for not remembering his name right now, but left tackle from UH.
Oh yeah, my boy did. I always give my boy a praise. I'm just talking.
Yeah, I know. It's just I'm surprised you ain't mentioned because I
Richard Paul. I'm
surprised you ain't mentioned. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I really like him. Like I was thinking,
y'all forgot
because sometimes I'll be thinking you a little Houston bias, but
I'm dead serious.
I'm like okay.
I will say this though, y'all forgot y'all ain't talking about the Senior Bowl. Anyway, though, the biggest winner though, Tavondre Sweat, big fat boy from Texas.
But we already knew what he was.
Yeah, but we knew he was nice though.
Yeah, everybody knew he was the number one interior lineman.
You can't rise from.
But what I'm talking about though, he didn't really raise his stock though.
Like, you think he goes up? You think he go top 10?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Hard. I mean, I'll say this. If you could compare him to Jalen Carter, if you think he could be
I ain't gonna say Jalen Carter. I'll probably say Snacks.
I'm asking if you think he could be that type of level of disruptive. Jalen Carter, even though he went ninth,
on the upside,
Jalen Carter should have been top 5.
On the max upside, Dex Lawrence. On the max upside.
If I'm Dex Lawrence, that's a top 10 pick.
Dex Lawrence is high praise, man.
That's a top 10. Actually, there's one other player that I want to make sure gets his credit, just because he was hemming up them LSU boys, making sure to tell them boys to go to church. Connecticut offensive lineman Christian Haynes, definitely going to be one of the best draft risers. He was easily one of the best surprises in the draft. Going to be a great interior lineman. I think he'll be able to play either guard position, maybe in a little center if you ask him to, but great anchor. I think he's going to be a great pick for anybody who picks him up. So shout out to him. But fellas, let's get into the Pro Bowl.
I'll say one last pick. I'll say one more.
Go ahead.
Yo, I don't know what these Bama receivers be doing, because he used to go to Bama, but he went to UCF. Javon Baker is the most underrated wide receiver in the draft class. For some reason,
He's dumb nice.
No, he is. He's going to be a problem in the NFL.
He's dumb nice. He
shouldn't have left Bama, even though he did his thing at UCF, because he would have got more opportunity at Bama. But he's so nice.
He just got tired of waiting.
Nah, but you gotta wait. Sometimes you just want to play. Yeah, sometimes you just want to play.
Because Javon Baker, his first year, I think, was like the last year of the ride outs with Smitty and all of them.
Yeah, it was.
There go that whole year.
Then it was John Mitchell and Jameson.
It's hard to wait when you know you can go play right now somewhere else, bro.
And that little whole debacle with Jai Hall fucked up that whole receiver, that young receiver room. That whole little shit with a Jai Hall, bro. All of them receivers, bro, from Javon Baker, bro, early, all of them boys dipped, bro. After Ajayi Hall left, bro, it was like all of them down there dipped, bro. Like, I don't really know.
Back in the day, man, you had to sit.
It's hard though.
What's my man from the Saints? A Kimura had to sit behind. You know, like you had to back in the day. I'm not about to, but I know I'm nice. Even like Jahmyr Gibbs,
bro. Yeah, it's hard.
As good as Jahmyr Gibbs was for
Georgia Tech.
Like. They didn't use him the way he played in the NFL. They didn't use him the way he should have.
He's insane. But hey, fellas, I like the selections. I like that y'all doing y'all homework. That's good to see. I'm impressed. So Pro Bowl, new look Pro Bowl, y'all. What are y'all thoughts on the activities, the new challenges? And Riddell, I'm gonna let you lead the way. Jalen go after it. But I will say this: I do think the Pro Bowl found their slam dunk contest though.
Oh, I think we probably have some idea.
What I'm saying is that precision passing event. If you take that event and make sure you have all the best quarterbacks doing that, that could damn near be like your slam dunk contest, just on the sense of how people gonna overrate it. You got CJ Stroud versus Jalen Hurts. You got this person versus that. But if you peep CJ Stroud and Baker's exchange in the Pro Bowl, it was a little bit of trash talking, like you could tell. So I like that event the most, because to me that gave me like the slam dunk contest vibe, because there's a little pressure involved.
I'm hurt.
Interesting. Okay.
Real football fan. You don't remember back in the day?
They had it,
but to me, it ain't been like that. It ain't been like that in a long time. Like, do you remember back in the day?
Michael Vick struggled in one of those.
All that, no, they did. But what I'm saying is, for a minute, bro,
they didn't need to do them like that for real.
Hey, Aaron Brooks had the strongest arm in the NFL.
I remember all of that. But it got stale for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy. Like, now they really up in the ante on some of these events. But like the precision passing, They need to bring that strong arm throw again to see if we can just throw it out of the building.
But you know
bring that back. And
the biggest
I do like some of the challenges. I think they're better football oriented because they're more competitive, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I know y'all not into hockey, but the NHL All-Star challenges, $1 million on the line, boys.
Yeah,
so them boys is coming out there. Them boys is coming out there. They're not coming to F around, bro. Like Connor McDavid, the best player in the world in NHL, he goes out there every time and let them. He pull a Michael Jordan, like who coming in second? Cause I'm taking this Millie home. I'm coming to All-Star. I'm vibing. I'm taking that Millie and I'm walking off. So I feel like with the Pro Bowl, if you could incorporate that, then I think you onto something. Go ahead, Riddell.
Okay, I feel you. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Pro Bowl. I have like one quick thing to say about every event. I'm not gonna lie, but start off precision passing. I like the idea. I think they can improve on it. I think nobody cares that you're passing at targets. So one thing I would say is put some people to pass to. Put some people to pass to. Yeah, like, and you don't even have to make it NFL receivers. You can make it high school, college. Maybe someone from the UFL or content creators. Like, put some people there and then put situations where like passing matters the most, like off platform or pressure in your face. And I think people would care a lot more about, now I'm seeing how you could throw. Yeah, it's a little bit more indicative on the best passing moments we see in football. And the next thing, I thought you were going to say this is the slam dunk contest. The best catch challenge could legitimately be the slam dunk contest. My issue is, one, there wasn't enough people. Two, there wasn't more rounds. They need to really emphasize, because you can make some of the most interesting catches.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
In football, they should go high for that one. Closest to the pin, the golf thing. Get rid of that. Nobody cares about golf and football and a football activity. I don't know why they have that. High stakes. I would argue get rid of that too. Nobody cares that you can catch multiple footballs at once.
I like that.
I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. I'm not gonna lie. I like that one.
I like that one.
You need that one. If you're a football, from a football perspective, that's impressive. To do that. So I like that one. That's impressive.
I don't disagree. I would argue you could change it to make it a one-handed challenge instead, because that's just more interesting to see how many one-handed catches you can make and change different scenarios. But that's just me. It's preference. I'll leave it at that. Dodgeball is good. They just need better camera angles. If they had better camera angles, they could be as good as House of Highlights when they do with RDC. The camera angles are terrible. Kick-tac-toe.
Have them do it.
Yeah, you could have them do it.
Have House Highlights do it.
They'll probably have to broker some type of deal, but they do camera angles amazingly. I think the camera angles for the dodgeball was terrible. Not gonna lie. You just have a side angle the entire time. Nobody cares. Kick-tac-toe, nobody cares about that, I'll be honest. I would make it like a kick distance activity where the farther you go back and you hit it, then you can keep on going. That would be more interesting in my opinion. Madden NFL head-to-head, keep that. People love that Madden versus stuff. Gridiron was great. Tug of War is great. Move the Change was interesting. And flag football, I think, is better than the prior Pro Bowl because people care more on flag football. I'm going to keep it legitimate. The only thing that I will add is a skills offensive challenge where you pass, run, catch, and kick. And that could be interesting as well.
They used to have that. That was crazy. They had all that. They had a receiver challenge where you had to catch, you know what I'm saying, who got there the fastest. Like, I'm be honest with you. For me, the biggest thing they need to bring back, the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, dog. We are getting cheated by the best of the best not being in this. I want to see Patrick Mahomes versus Justin Herbert or Josh Allen. I want to see Deebo Samuels in the skills challenge. I want to see the fastest man. I want to see Tariq versus Gibbs versus, you know what I'm saying? Who you think fast in this league? I want to see it. Lamar, get your ass over there too. You run with. Let's see who come in third, second. Let's see who really fast. Like
we do need that. They should have a kind of race to see who's actually the fastest.
They used to have that.
Remember when they had, what was it? They had Darryl Green. Was it they're like five people, and Darryl Green ended up winning because they were talking mess the whole season. They're like, wait till we meet up in the Pro Bowl and we're gonna finally square it up. And I was like, that's crazy. And Darryl Green was
like 8 niggas.
You know what you need to have?
Still won.
You know what they need to add? So you know how in the NBA you get like the top 2 superstars get picked, to be captains.
Yeah.
What they should implement with the flag football, they should on the second day is they should have some sort of like 2-minute drill challenge for the quarterbacks. Like they have a defense out there, you get 2 minutes, and the quarterbacks for one team. So Team Mahomes versus team, I guess let's say Jalen Hurts because of the NFC quarterbacks, and they in like a 2-minute gauntlet, and you have 2 minutes to try to score, but it's like obviously the winning team is out of 3, right? So each quarterback will go head to head, so it'll be a best of 3 type of situation. Maybe 4.
I will say
and one-on-one.
Yeah, one-on-one.
1-on-1.
Yeah,
1-on-1.
Off of Jalen Ramsey. Like I want to see that.
Those are crazy.
Still ain't been the
same.
I want to see that too, so y'all can stop disrespecting Pokemon.
Go ahead, Lonnie. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Well, you skipped me. That's okay.
My bad. Go ahead, Joe.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the other aspect of these Pro Bowl / All-Star games. Is that a lot of rumors and a lot of talking's been going around. So I think a big thing that's been happening is that Stephon Diggs, he ain't happy. Nope. And he's been a lot of multiple reports were saying that like, yo, he was talking to CJ Stroud and other Texans players asking about like how Houston life is and stuff like that. So he was talking to a lot of Texans players asking like how it is.
Already in Texas.
I heard Jamar Chase did the same thing. That's the funny part.
Yeah, Jamar Chase was talking to CJ Stroud too. But another big thing that no one really talked about is that
that good. Damn.
CJ is that good, bro.
You see that throw he made to Jamar Chase?
Yo, listen, you see the throw he made in the
That's finesse. The finesse on the
He was probably the best thrower of the whole event.
That off the run zone he did. That was
the throw to Jamar Chase was crazy.
Somebody told me
that throw was OD.
Somebody told me Jordan Love throws off platform better than that man.
We ain't getting a chance to see it though.
Crazy work. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Another big thing is that like people forget that when it comes to coaches, if you're not officially with the team, you can talk to any player about their contracts, about their situations, whatever. Bill Belichick also had a long conversations with Stephon Diggs and some of the other players. And people were wondering what that's about because he was having like long, like private conversations with some of these players. So the speculation is that like, yo, there's a team that basically said like, we're going to basically watch our coach. And if he doesn't work out, you're taking over. So the speculation is like, yo, he's low key trying to recruit some all-star, like some Pro Bowl level players for an unnamed team for next season.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a drama. Not
free my dog Diggs. Go ahead, Trent. Free Diggs, man.
I just think I always like the skill game and stuff like that. Basically, the mini games of Pro Bowl. I just think if you're gonna do the flag football, me personally, I think they need to try a little bit harder, just a little bit. Like I'm not saying going 100%, but some of them players, I'm like, all right, y'all just cool. Like y'all just cool. I want to make it a little bit more competitive. I know people not trying to get injured. That's the worst thing.
Money on the line, bro.
You know how you fix that? I'm telling you.
I know.
It's a bag. I'll tell you.
Nothing.
That flag football with the pride NFL.
Now you're right. I'm saying though. But think about this though. Like when we was talking about 1-on-1s, you can't add 1-on-1s to the Pro Bowl because you could potentially get hurt. That's gonna mess up the bag. So I'm like,
but if you're getting paid to do it, then it's a different incentive.
I put like this. I think they should get paid.
Like the slam dunk contest. The slam dunk contest, you get paid $1 million if you win it.
I think you should get paid for flag football. Like whoever team wins, maybe get like I don't know.
Everybody should get $1 million.
No, flag football. If you lose, you get nothing. You get nothing.
Trent, honestly, the NFL could literally use they could use 1/3. Not even. They could use 1/4 of the Taylor Swift money they made this year to fund the Pro Bowl.
This is true.
I'm dead ass though. I'm dead ass.
Oh, did you see the Super Bowl ticket?
Matter of fact, I do want to
say how much is it?
Crazy, Lonnie. $1 million sweeps, $2.5 million.
I want to ask something else.
It's in Vegas too, right?
I know. There's been a lot of talk about Taylor Swift and a lot of people upset. You know, get her off the screen. It's too much.
It is too much.
I'm gonna let y'all know. I believe in capitalism.
Facts.
And because I believe in capitalism, I don't really care. Because I'm gonna say this straight up. I don't want to be. I'm not a hypocrite. If that was me, and I'm the NFL, run Taylor. I need her on every game.
Absolutely.
Roll it back. Yo,
give her a commercial. Give her a commercial.
Okay, relax.
She might get a Super Bowl commercial. Jalen is not true.
Have 2 cameras on Taylor Swift. There will be 2 cameers on Taylor Swift
at all times.
I would literally, whoever, Goodell, whatever, I would call Taylor. I would say, I got $10 million for you to do a secret concert. Put the tickets out at a secret venue location. What? I'm milking it, bro.
Imagine SZA or Coco Jones in a Chiefs dress jersey walking around that field.
It's not Taylor Swift. It's not Taylor
Swift.
Unfortunately,
don't make me act up.
Taylor Swift is a global phenomenon. Go ahead.
J-Rob, you know what I would say to that?
Level.
Look, this is what I would say. Obviously they can't do nothing about it, but everybody tripping about Taylor Swift. Hey, they had 3 opportunities to no longer be a part of this NFL season, and each one failed. Damn. Each one failed in their own way.
Couldn't stop Travis Kelce.
Let's be real. Like, even though you can say you don't like Taylor Swift music, you do, whatever the case, let's keep it a buck. She is the biggest pop woman star next to Beyonce probably in this generation. It's literally them two.
The most powerful artist in the
you know
world
what's so
right
crazy?
now.
You know what's so crazy? If Beyonce wasn't married to Jay-Z and she was dating Taylor Swift, she was dating Travis Kelce, nobody would have an issue.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
If Beyonce was dating Travis Kelce and wasn't married to Jay-Z, now they soul would be tripping. Now they soul would be tripping.
Or Rihanna with ASAP.
Y'all sound.
You not wrong.
Like it's all
G-Baby.
That's not true at all, though. That's not true at all.
People would still have a problem with it.
People would have a problem with Beyonce.
People are upset.
Bro, to act like, first of all, I'm gonna be honest. Now y'all full of shit. To think Taylor Swift, white country pop star, is going to get. She's not getting no hate. The only people who is mad at Taylor Swift is bitter men. They're going to be mad regardless of a woman being put on a show all the time for a football game. If it's Beyonce, it'll be the same thing. Y'all acting like if the Broncos games was putting Sierra on the screen, they'd be on the same type timing. I think y'all full of shit. I think y'all sound full of shit if y'all think y'all going to just race swap singers and it would make a difference. Because that's not the truth. If you spent every game going on Beyonce, if Beyonce became the spectacle of the NFL, you telling me Blake from Mississippi going to be happy to see Beyonce killing? Like, shut up.
But J-Rob. Wait, J-Rob. You know what? Hey, look.
I promise you, Blake from Mississippi is happy to see some T Swift in the country boots.
J-Rob.
Stop it, G.
Stop it. Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it going, and this gonna be a little nasty.
Off Taylor Swift. 400 million. They love her, gang. They love her, gang.
I'm not disagreeing with that. This is what I'm saying. Because you said Blake from Mississippi would trip about Beyonce. Well, the people that was tripping on Taylor Swift being on the thing, hey, maybe it was a little Darrell from Georgia, or maybe like you feel me, like those are the people really, you know what I mean? Like,
and people are more pissed about Taylor Swift because of the audience. What Taylor Swift
I've never seen the Darrell graphic give a think piece about Taylor Swift. I've only seen. Tell me, all right, Riddell. Tell me who you heard talk about Taylor Swift from the Darrell graphic. Tell me.
I don't care about. For sure. I've heard a lot of people complain about Taylor Swift on social media, on TikTok. People are bitching about Taylor Swift.
But to say they're not going to bitch about Beyonce, what do you mean?
No. The reason why people are mad about Taylor Swift, it's not a race thing. It's not a race thing. People are mad about Taylor Swift because people are upset that she's appealing to young girls, and that is the biggest problem. Her fan base is young girls that love Taylor Swift, and people think this is ruining the integrity of football because we're trying to get the young girl audience. That's the problem. I don't care about the race thing.
What would be the difference with Beyonce?
A lot of 20, 30-year-old women.
Beyonce got
older women. Beyonce appeals to older people.
She got younger and older women who love her too, though.
No, I don't disagree. But in terms of numbers, Taylor Swift audience is way more younger than Beyonce's.
You know what?
I don't really lying about that. I don't think he's lying about that.
I think Taylor fans are more. I think Taylor fans are more delusional than Beyonce fans. I think the Swifties are a little bit more
They're
diluted.
a cult.
Bro,
he's
you don't
talking
know,
Beyonce.
I put it like this.
Let's not say pretend like the
No, but
Bayhive
here's the
all
thing, though.
killed.
Yeah,
Trump.
There is definitely more Swifties acting like
They're both
there are
delusional,
definitely
yeah.
more Swifties acting like Taylor Swift made Travis Kelce than there would be Beyonce.
What I'm saying
Also, what people are pissed about.
What I'm saying is this idea that if you switch them out, right? I think Beyonce is still bringing a demographic of people who don't watch football regardless. And I think it will still be the same spectacle as it is. And it would still bring a demographic of people because Beyonce still has the same beehive cult-like following that Taylor Swift has. So if she was dating Travis Kelce, you will be seeing a bunch of black girls and little young black girls in Travis Kelce jerseys. You understand? Or if Jalen Hurts, you date Jalen Hurts, it'd be the same thing.
Everybody mad
all
at
over again. So I don't think there's no difference about who it is. Because G Baby said if it was Beyonce, it would be different, and that's what I don't know. I don't.
I said
they're both global icons.
And that's not what I said though. I said I was referencing when I said it. I said when I was talking about Beyonce being here, I'm talking about like the outpour. I think they're gonna make if Beyonce dating Travis Kelce, run the camera on her too. But I'm saying I don't think the criticisms. I don't think the hate and the criticisms would be as loud with Beyonce as they are with Taylor Swift.
So I'll say, let me answer. Let me answer that. Hold on. Let me answer that. Wait, hold on. Let me answer that. The difference. Hold on. We have to understand the difference. The people who are upset at Taylor Swift, if you go on social media and you see the people who are really upset about it, they're 100%. It's throughout. It's just again a lot of bitter men who just don't want to focus on football, who don't care about women and things. 100%. But also people who think Taylor Swift is overrated.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't agree with D Baby at all because he's basing that y'all are basing that opinion off just basic comments on like X and Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter. Instagram,
and the reason why I don't agree with that is because on terms of mainstream media that covers sports, Taylor Swift has never been a real topic on any show. You have not heard too many people go and crush Taylor Swift on mainstream media. Not Joe Smo with his Twitter thumbs. No mainstream media has ever said something or complained about Taylor Swift.
That's true.
But
it's just social media.
What I'm saying is,
I don't think they would complain with Beyonce either.
What I'm saying is,
yeah, I don't think it.
What I'm saying is, I think it'll be more. Why not though? You've heard people talk about Sierra all the time when it comes to Russell Wilson. We've heard people call Sierra damn near a distraction. No.
Sierra? No. They got on Sierra, not on Russell Wilson's bad play. I'm not gonna lie. That's new to me, J. Rob.
You know why? Bro, they did. They did prepare it because remember, Sierra had all them privileges. Sierra could get on the airplane. She had a parking spot. She could be a team. She could do. She pretty much had all the same like luxuries.
Taylor ain't doing that. Then if that's the case,
that's not it, G Baby.
Not in team meetings and all that stuff or whatever.
No, they're also saying
Taylor on a world tour. She ain't really part of it like that.
No, wait, was she in team meetings?
I'll be honest, guys.
No, G Baby. That
is wild.
I don't know about the rest of y'all, the other 9 of y'all, but I'm a 29-year-old dark-skinned brother with braids from Southeast DC. Taylor Swift does nothing for me. I'm just gonna be honest.
You don't listen to Taylor Swift.
But you're also not the big demographic the NFL caters to.
Most definitely. So that's if I'm the guy hating, it's because I want to see something that I actually want to see. That's all.
Lonnie, what were you saying?
That's no real reason.
I just personally think either of them will be a spectacle because people just feel like these sports is being overshadowed by like a vanity contest, and I think that's
people out here acting like she catching touchdowns and dropping passes. Like,
I mean, technically, hey, look, it's a couple calls going their way because that girl. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, if I'm the NFL, I'm marketing Taylor. If it was Beyonce, I'm doing it. They both
holding.
Regardless, the
demographic people that
she's dating is not one.
No, it's not one at all. It's not her
fault.
It wouldn't be anybody's fault.
Also, too, guys, y'all also got to think about it from this standpoint. The reason why I'm finna market, especially a Taylor Swift, because the demographic that watches them are mothers essentially. And y'all remember when that CTE came out, the NFL almost was about to go under because a lot of parents started taking their kids out of football because it was real dangerous. So I'm with J-Rob. I'm finna market that and make it, and I'm gonna try to appeal to that demographic as much as possible because we saw what that demographic, the power they really do have. These women, they have kids. And once you take them kids out of football, bro, that NFL plummets so fast, bro, and they know that. So they finna try to do everything within their power, bro, to appeal to the masses. It's smart marketing, bro. I'm gonna get your mind. So what if it gets your mind off of football? So fucking what? So what? It's finna bring them in money, and all the real football fans still gonna watch the game. Y'all still go watch the game.
You have to understand all these 12 to 16-year-old, you could say predominantly Caucasian females who like Taylor Swift, who are watching NFL games for the first time ever. They probably don't know a single thing about NFL, but because she's there, they're going to watch it. They're eventually going to get older.
And
they're going
to buy the jersey.
And they're going to go to Division I college and get them an athlete.
Guys,
anyway,
she made the Chiefs alone over $350 million this year.
They're buying the hell out of those Travis Kelce jerseys, bro. They going crazy.
I think Travis Kelce on like every commercial for real.
To me, I just feel like outside of the people who are complaining on the internet, the overall mass, approval of Taylor Swift is clear. Because if she's made $400 million for the league, Travis Kelce's jersey's going up 150%. All I see is she doing it. They love her. You know what I'm saying? That you're not buying something. You're not getting that much money because they hating on you. You feel me? They love you.
I think the one thing we got to say about Taylor right now she's the most popular and the most powerful artist on the planet, like where she's helping with political like stuff in Argentina because people are like using her music to inspire stuff like that. Like the NFL would be dumb to just not capitalize on that. They just would be.
I just want to add quickly to the Pro Bowl thing that we talked about earlier. I think one thing they could add, you mentioned if they did like a 100-meter dash, 400-meter dash for players, that'd be great. But even to add to that, if they want to bring in, if they want to bring in, I'm saying, let's say if they want to bring in like an Olympic runner or two and just race the NFL guys because there's always some chatter going on, I think that would cause intrigue. Just I
need Noah Lyles and Tyreek Hill to square up.
Yeah, something exactly. Bring a runner.
The NFL will get cooked, bro. They're not going to.
Hold on. That's fine. They might get cooked.
We need to see Justin Tucker versus destroying crew.
No, wait, hold on. And two.
Destroying would be
that'll be more done.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I need that.
Hold on, but two for the Pro Bowl, the flag football game. Like I thought it was a good concept, it was fun, but like what Trent was saying, they weren't really trying. With the NFL players, probably what they want to try out, maybe for one season, bring these CFL boys in, NFL versus CFL flag football game, and just see how it rocks out. I just want to see because I think they might take a little competitive.
I don't think the NFL will do that, man.
I think that's a good idea.
It's much for the NFL to lose,
Jalen. Not even that, Jalen. Bring up these couch coaches that be like, oh, he should have passed it to him. He should have passed it. We can do another pros versus Joes.
Pros versus Joes is hilarious, bro.
Jamar Chase, Stiff Farming Blake, the
pros versus Joes back, man. For real though. Bring pros versus Joes back. They can do one-on-ones because they're not gonna hurt themselves versus these average people. You know that they're not gonna hurt themselves, and you get a little bit of the taste, bro. You get the guard chase. You get to see why DBs can't guard him for 60 minutes. You get to experience it. You get the experience.
That's hilarious, bro.
Hey, Stephon Diggs beating Josh from Alabama.
Robert Jones was
amazing. Working the U-Haul is crazy.
Robert Jones was legendary.
Yeah, it was great. I'm not gonna lie.
When they brought out Deion Sanders, I said, "Hey, y'all need to relax."
Yeah, that's
Michael Irvin tackle Ricky Williams.
Bro, tackling Ricky Williams was running like at a 3, and he was still trucking old boy. Like, I was like,
what's my man name from the Falcons? Who's the Dirty Bird? The big
Jamal Anderson.
You couldn't do that.
Shout out to pros versus Joe.
Yo, Spike TV was legendary, man. For real, they were legendary.
They'll get canceled for a lot of other shows they did.
Spike TV.
They had some bangers though.
They'll be doomed in 2024. All right, so biggest what ifs from the past season. What injury created the biggest what if? Obviously, for me, you know what I'm already going to say. Aaron Rodgers. That's my number one.
I'm going with my guy Joe Burrow. We're talking about a guy who was picking it up, who struggled early on, was picking it up, and then the injury came. We're talking about a team that could have beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. Give me the Bengals and Joe Burrow. That's a team that could have made noises in the playoffs. They had to go in. Like I said, he got injured right when they were really clicking. Team was playing well. Defense was stepping it up him. So to me, that's another what if. And we're going to
I already know Riddell's here.
Don't spoil my what if you know what it is.
It definitely specifically has to do with injuries, but still has to do with injuries.
Hey, Jalen, you love you some number twos, man. Peyton Manning, Joe Burrow, Drake May. You just love the number two. I don't know what it is, gang. I guess. You love you some number twos. Man.
Hey, y'all should know what my what if, bro. That man, Kirk Cousins, he was healthy, bro. Hey, that Vikings team started playing better defense later on. Jordan Addison started balling later on. That offensive line started playing better. Kirk healthy, man. Hey,
lost to Baker the first round.
Hey, Kirk healthy. Hey, we talk about something completely different on that NFC playoffs.
I think
it will never.
Y'all still losing to
It
Baker.
will never. I will never be understand
You lost
how
to Daniel
y'all love
Jones in the
Kirk,
first round. Don't look
but
like
hate
that. What you
Jared
talking
Goff.
about?
I
This
don't
is not
understand how y'all
last
love
year,
Kirk and hate Jared Goff. I don't get it.
Mine is Tank Dell.
Man, the quarterback show moved me.
Good
Shout out
point.
Kirk
I
Cobain, man.
think that was a good one.
Yeah,
You saying, go ahead, Lonnie?
No, I said mine is Tank Dell and also slash CJ Stroud because he missed some games. So if Tank Dell didn't, I still don't know why he dived in for that block like that. Like,
that was a coach.
You should even put him in that situation.
that was a
To block, yeah.
But
you got Robert Woods on your roster. You're sending Tank Dell
was still there, and CJ Stroud never got that bad concussion. They might have had a better seeding, and then they might have. Things in the playoffs might end up a little
that
bit
MVP conversation would have been crazy too. He might have been a final.
I'm sorry. The reason why I just can't. CJ not ready to beat Mahomes yet. Not yet. Yeah. Not he even if he got a better
lie, bro.
That defense might have been ready to beat him.
I mean, we clearly just saw
might
that
be
everybody
what?
knows
I'm not talking about Mahomes. I'm talking about like against the
Let me-
Ravens, maybe. Like maybe
But-
that would have
but-
ended.
I don't
played
know
the
if that
Ravens
was the
regardless.
same level
But
of team glamour. Maybe.
pretty much why I really wanted to go with this, bro, because Mahomes is chasing greatness, bro. With the injuries that happened, bro, like was there any? Because I'll give J-Rob that. Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers, that would have been an epic duel. That possibly could have been a person that could have knocked him
That
off
would have
with
been
Joe
must-see
Burrow.
TV in the
I would have
championship
wanted to see. I would have wanted to see if Deshaun Watson probably could have, because it was slow. The ball was slowly starting to go downhill until he got hurt too. You want to see like stuff like that really would have made a big difference in order to like possibly dethrone Patrick Mahomes, because right now that boy knocking down that gold statue of Brady brick by brick, big brick by brick, and he putting his face up there on it. Like, so it's like out of this past season, like them is like the only like really three teams I really see that probably could have dethroned Patrick Mahomes with the injuries they had.
The way that Jets defense
one
was playing,
team-
shit.
I want to say that Jets defense versus Mahomes is real, man.
I mean, here's my thing though. It's Bama. I understand what you saying, gang, but even this year, he still faced Josh Allen and the Bills, and he faced Lamar and the Ravens. Who
No. I'm not scratching him. I'm just saying specifically from how he ran through everybody this year. With Aaron Rodgers and Joe Burrow would have presented, and possibly Deshaun Watson in the playoffs, would that presented more of a threat in his way? Because
in my opinion,
even though he did beat all of them boys, like I just don't like how bad Lamar played. It's like he didn't have to do much to beat them. You see what I'm saying? Versus like a Joe Burrow, he really have to try with all his might.
Yeah, but even Aaron Rodgers too. And J-Rob, this is not a shot at you, J-Rob, because I know this is your team. But even Aaron Rodgers too. I don't know if he would have came through like that. Like,
on me, not on me. Listen, G baby, you know, I done said a lot about Aaron Rodgers that Trent caped about the other way. You feel me? So
yeah, Trent loving him.
I told you the truth about Aaron Rodgers a lot.
I gave Aaron Rodgers the benefit of the doubt. He hopped out the NFC, so you know who won't have to play no more. You know who he don't have to play no more. He'll only see him in the Super Bowl.
He has to play the team that beats that team. That's what he has to play.
But I ain't gonna lie, you know, we got the defense for Aaron to have a chance.
But Sauce Gardner is not Rice doing this thing. Sauce Gardner is stopping Rice. Sauce Gardner is clearly shutting down Rice.
They'd have been the conference championship max.
Minimum.
And what a loss.
Let me ask you a genuine question, gang. Let me ask you a genuine question.
Especially how this season went. If Aaron Rodgers was healthy, they'd be in the conference championship minimum.
Hey, so let me ask you.
You think they beat the Ravens?
You think that? Yeah, exactly. You think they beat the Ravens?
Probably the best team in the league.
Yes, I think they beat because you know why? I think Garrett Wilson doesn't. Instead of Garrett Wilson only having 1,000 yards, he gets 1,600 with Aaron Rodgers.
Facts.
He's going. That offense is totally different with Aaron Rodgers out there.
But they still got one legitimate wide receiver.
And they still got
Brees. Didn't we also have? Wait. If we have the conversation about, we got to get Josh Allen a number 2, we got to get Aaron Rodgers 1 too.
You're right.
So I don't know if they would have got past the Chiefs.
Nah, he bought Aaron Rodgers bought Lazard over there though.
But that's why
Alan Lazard, come on,
We paid him.
But Jay, that's why I said though, G baby, when they got to the conference championship minimum, because when you face the Chiefs, them DBs, they some for real. And also Breece Hall too, with Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson would be crazy.
Breece Hall was going all
ridiculous. So that's why they'll be conference championship minimum. And my main thing is if Tank don't get hurt, all that Puka Nicole, he better than all that Puka. That shit would be.
Let it go.
It won't be dead though. I don't know.
Whoa. What I mean by that,
this is the same guy. That's you know what?
What I mean by that, meaning what I'm saying is that y'all saying that Puka is top 10, this and that. Y'all be saying the same thing about Tank Dell.
Who says that?
I've heard a lot of people. There's a lot of people that say Puka. Outside of me, there are a lot of people that be saying
top 20. I mean, Tank and Puka are top 20 though.
I know. I'm just saying. I think Tank Dell will be in conversations that we won't be ready to have because Tank Dell was going.
But I think he is in these conversations though. I think now obviously not the people who obviously don't watch, but I think generally Puka and Tank are in the same convo, top 20.
On me.
The only thing they're not trying to do right now is put them top 15 because people still got, like the Smitties, the DJ Moores, the Amari Coopers, Keenan Allen. So like maybe they're not there yet, but I think pretty much consensus. Everybody got Puka and Tank top 20 along with Amari.
I don't think Tank is top 20. I don't think Tank is top 20.
I think it's Tank over Devontae Smith and Higgins.
I'm not yet, but it's coming. Oh, it's coming for sure. Because
I'm not gonna lie. T. Higgins, I know you had a down year.
I know
you got your quarterback things, but
early, you got to get behind this with Tank Dell, bro. Stop looking at the.
All jokes aside,
he's really baby AP. Like
Tank Dell is my number 2 receiver for like the second half of the year.
Yo, come on, bro.
I love Tank.
He really reminds me of he reminds me of Antonio Brown, bro. He really do. Like just at his size and his route running, like small
he got that swag about him too.
Small receivers like that don't really get allowed to play X and Z, bro. For the fact that Tank is allowed to play X and Z at 5'8", 5'9",
stay open.
Yeah. How do you feel about his yak? Because that was huge for AB.
To me, after watching, me, when it comes to wide receivers, yak is always a plus. But when I look at guys like the Tank Dells of the world, even when AB played, I care about are you getting first? Are you moving chains? Like you moving them chains, the yak is always going to come. Like I already know Tank Dell's shifty in space. His yak going to be fine, but also he 5'8", 100 and some pounds. He's getting arm tackle. Because I could tackle the shit out of Tank Dell right now. He's small. He's small. But he's going to be important in this league.
I just think those are the two biggest hypotheticals for injury rise. I don't really know what
I wanted to say
Nick Chubb not tearing his ACL.
Nick Chubb. Zach Brown's offense was top 3 in rushing this year without Chubb, bro.
Because then Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco wouldn't have to been y'all wouldn't have been booty shaking for Jameis Winston Flacco Jr.
He was
putting up Jameis Winston. Jalen. As a guy who
like do algebra.
Joe Flacco pulling his best.
Joe Flacco was putting up Jameis Winston numbers.
Yes.
He was.
Bro. He was definitely
off the couch. Is crazy. Call him Jameis Winston.
He would definitely put up them 3 tubs. He was putting up them 3 tubs.
Put up his game log.
But he's giving you 2 of them other things too. He's giving you 2 good things.
Game, bro. That game.
No, it didn't. Now, all right. Somebody get this. All right, let me go to this.
He threw for 1,616 yards, 13 touchdowns, 8 picks.
And how many games?
Oh, that's Joe Flacco games.
In 5 games.
But some of those,
in 5 games is crazy. 8 games.
He was off the couch.
Wait, J-Rob. J-Rob, you're saying that Joe Flacco's always been Jameis Winston because that's what he's been doing his whole career. I'm looking at 21 and 12, 25 10, 2012, 19, 20. Bro, he had 19 and 22.
What I'm saying is, G baby, it's not about that. What I'm saying is, I used to watch Trent, the Teagans of the world. They were saying this Browns team under the helm of Joe Flacco was really like that. And all I was saying, G baby, is to me, Joe Flacco wasn't really cooking to me G-Baby, he wasn't giving a fuck. He was out there not caring, bro. He was out there just letting it fly, bro.
Hey, I think
that's why they was getting
after he fell asleep in the second half against the Jets. I think that's.
Well, he was playing well some games though, right? He was playing
we was up here hyping up Flacco like, "Ooh, is he the comeback player of the year?"
Nah, I mean, he had his moment. He had his moment, but what was killing me about the Joe Flacco thing is y'all was ready to take it all away. He about to go to the AFC Championship.
We wanted the story.
Nobody can let it be. You know, they listen, Randall, they be on my head when I want to make my little story, my little narrative. So now that I'm just calling them out about the little story, the little magic run they want to make for Joe Flacco.
Yeah, it was a magic run. He could have had
all he was doing, all I'm saying is he was having Jameis Winston games. Jameis Winston was winning football games with the 30-30 year. You know what I'm saying? But
you know it's crazy. Yo, Gerald.
Can it be because of the Brown defense?
It's not crazy.
But hold on, Gerald. That Brown defense.
Hold
on, that Brown defense was elite too during that run. Like that.
Yeah, Myles Garrett was straight up winning games for them. But hold on, let me get mine.
Playing out of all.
Yeah, let me get mine. Y'all took all the good ones, and I saw Kyle Shanahan be capping. How you gonna say pursuing Tom Brady is a credit to Brock Purdy when you seriously wanted to get him before the season?
Yeah, that was
Shanahan. Why you capping America right now? Because what if Tom Brady did come out of retirement the second time to lead the 49ers?
I'd have been a fire, honestly.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Remember,
I've been all for
choose Jimmy G over him though.
He would have just sat behind Tom Brady.
No. So this what happened, G baby. So technically, the first time the 49ers called the Patriots, they asked for Jimmy G, but at that point, that was when Bill wanted to get rid of Tom Brady. And then Bill said no. So then John Lynch was like, how about Tom? And for a second, John Lynch said for a second, you just heard silence on the phone. And then Bill Belichick, get the fuck out of here. So I'm saying, was he legitimately thinking about it for a second? Then he said no.
Brady on the podcast saying y'all chose this guy over me.
He was pissed about that Jimmy G.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like Kyle Shanahan. No, you wanted Jimmy G over him. Like
no.
And this is why I say Belichick is always going to be a little mid to me. I'm sorry, bro.
The crazy part is,
how did you see Jimmy G?
I love this revisionist history.
How did you see Jimmy G? G baby, explain it to me. How are you the GOAT coach? You have Jimmy G, and you think
what if he did send him in? What if he did send him
better than T. Brad?
G-Baby, hold on.
Wait, I got another thing. Wait, J-Rob, I got an answer.
Before you go. What if Bill Belichick sends Tom Brady to the 49ers in 2017?
They going to the Super Bowl.
They win in multiple Super Bowls with that 49ers squad.
We wouldn't even be talking about that record, Random. That fourth quarter record with Kyle Shanahan wouldn't exist.
We wouldn't be talking about it.
Hey, so J-Rob,
talk about it, bro.
John Lynch will be a Hall of Fame player.
J-Rob, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Jimmy G had so much value off of 2 games, gang.
Yo,
2 games.
Let's not act like Jimmy G.
2 games.
Let's see how
I'm gonna give. Belichick made Jimmy G look that good. He had all this value off of 2 games.
Matt Flynn got a whole.
Matter of fact, can somebody remind me what the trade comp was? Can somebody remind me what the trade comp was for Jimmy G? What were the trade details?
Yo, they gave Jimmy G $70 million to play quarterback.
They gave how much they gave Matt Flynn? How much?
He did take them to the NFC.
He also got Matt Flynn a contract. Yeah, come on, gang.
Jimmy G stole a lot of money.
$70 million, Jimmy G.
Hold on. J-Rob. I know this man ain't talking when Jimmy G threw 8 passes in the playoff game and won a game.
Y'all act. Wasn't there a game? Tom only threw like 10 passes because they was running down the Colts' throat. Y'all never.
G. You don't even have to get upset. Jimmy G's trash, bro. He's trash.
It was first second round pick, G baby.
Hey, by the way, I was about to say, Jimmy G got it. Jimmy G off of 2 games was worth a second round pick, and we got
Matt Flynn got $100 million.
$70 million. Don't forget the 70 M's.
Hey, Rob. Matt Flynn got a money.
Hey, so Trent.
All things considered, they made the Super Bowl.
Hey, Trent, let me ask you a question. If Jimmy G can go for a second round, don't you think Justin Fields can go for 2 firsts?
Like $40 million.
You said
yes.
If Jimmy G can go for a second round, Justin Fields.
I think Justin can go for it first, bro. I think go for it.
If somebody wants to take the first, cool, but I think he's gonna get the Sam Darnold trade.
Listen, I'm gonna say like this. Is Justin Fields one of the 25 best quarterbacks in football to the 32?
25.
25? Yeah, he probably in the top 25.
Come on, don't drag Justin, y'all.
Maybe.
He's not bottom 5, y'all. Relax.
24.
Probably.
He's one of the best 25.
Probably. I said probably, but is that
He's top 20.
okay, hold on, time out.
So where is he then, G baby? Where do you put him?
If you say probably, even if you say
Top
yeah,
20.
what does that even mean?
Where's
what I'm
he at?
saying is we live in a world where even if you're one of the 20 best quarterbacks, we value the position so high nowadays, i.e. Daniel Jones. So because of that, all I'm saying is if somebody sees potential, I can see Justin go for a first round because I think no matter what right now, quarterback is the only position that gets valued like how they do NBA prospects and pay them early. Like you gonna get like Jordan Love is signing for the bag. Like when it's time for him to get his money next year, he's getting the bag. They don't got to go to an NFC Championship.
They should
They're gonna go. They're gonna wait. Right, they're gonna go based off purely what they think he's gonna be. That's why
he's getting the top bag, like almost as much as Joe Burrow. Like when I said that about Daniel Jones being the baseline at 40 mil, every quarterback that's getting up to get paid, they're literally saying, I am not getting paid as much as Daniel Jones.
Right.
They're gonna say they want to get paid more than that.
If the Buccaneers can get Baker Mayfield to resign for anything near
he's getting at least 45.
35, 38. No, I think he could, but if they could get him to sign for 35 million to 38 million, G baby, you know that's a steal, right?
Mm-hmm. At this
35
point,
to 38. If you could get him under 40 million, even if it's 39, you still steal, bro. Quarterback.
Wait till Brock Purdy gets
What's Gino getting paid?
If Brock Purdy win a Super Bowl, they're gonna give him the whole bag.
Gino like whole bag.
I think Gino's at 33, 34.
He's gonna be so trash.
Exactly.
No, the baseline is Daniel Jones. Not
the baseline is Daniel Jones now. And hey, y'all was getting mad at me when I said that. It's a baseline now. It's 40 million.
No, I mean nobody. I don't think anybody disagrees.
Can I do the most important what if? Can I do my what if? The most important one. And since random change. Okay, go ahead, Oots. I go last.
What if with Matt Milano? Matt Milano for the Bills. I feel like if he
that was a huge injury for the Bills.
I think he was one of the leaders on that defense.
And Trey White, all they
with all the linebackers getting hurt, I think if he was
like that defense was markedly different after he got hurt.
Yeah,
that defense was markedly different. That's your signal caller. He could cover tight ends too.
Jordan Love is winning 12 games with babies and dinosaurs, man. This is good.
Listen to me, man. The most important one, y'all all know it.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Ain't got nothing to do with injury. It's what if the goddamn Panthers drafted
you? Hey, you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy about that? I'm gonna be nasty right now.
What if the Panthers drafted?
You know what would have happened? You know what would have happened if the Panthers would have got CJ Stroud? They would have won 2 more games because that whole line was still trash. The weapons were still horrible, and they had terrible coaching.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. They might have won a division for real.
No, they wouldn't.
They would not.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm on my Cam Newton. CJ Stroud, game changer. Game changer.
It don't matter. That running game was cooking, man. That defense was cooking, bro.
Y'all saw what
played
pretty well.
We probably lead the league in holds because we gonna make sure they don't hit that boy.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie.
Niggas block harder when your quarterback nice.
Yeah, wait.
They do. That's true. They do.
You know what I gotta ask you early? Are you gonna be a Commanders fan when they get
Absolutely. He's
going to DC?
He's betrayed the entire state of Carolina, both states.
I would on record.
He's gonna throw away anything blue in his crib. Watch.
Until Bryce Young gets thrown away from my team.
I got a good hypothetical.
Listen, it's the reason why I rolled Brock Purdy this year. I'm just looking for narratives to ride and so I can root for my own team again.
Hey, I got
that day. I'm just here.
Watch Bryce Young start throwing touchdowns.
Hold on. Yeah, CJ Glazer. Nah, I told y'all what he was gonna be before he was, so I'm just standing on business. I'm just standing on business. Standing on business, and now he's just over. He's doing what he's doing. So say that again early.
I said that until Bryce Young leaves my team, that's the reason why I wrote Brock Purdy.
What if he has a good year too? You just it's over.
If he have a good year, I think me and Bama got some money on it. If he have a certain amount of numbers, then.
Oh yeah, y'all do have that bet. I remember that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest.
Once you start throwing touchdown passes, you're gonna think early was riding with Bryce Young from the start.
He gotta look like Black Drew Brees, dog, for me to stop.
I got Black Drew Brees.
Y'all don't understand, man. He has to look amazing for me to want this guy.
What if one of these
Sanders coming next year? I don't know, man.
Hey,
go ahead, Trent.
So what if one of these contending teams was one of them should like the Dolphins somebody? What if they actually went to go sign Lamar Jackson?
Wow.
Like remember the
Oh
context.
yeah, because he was
Hey,
up for
hey,
trade.
hey,
He was up for trade, and nobody wanted him, which is
and
crazy.
nobody wanted him.
I get
You know
the
what's
only
crazy?
problem with that is
They
that
still would've
if
lost.
any person offered Lamar Jackson a contract, the Ravens were able to match it.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't think he
But
ever
the
leaves.
other
I
thing
still,
too,
I still
like
think the offer would.
the other thing too, they would have had to give up
Standout.
2 first. I think it was
I'll
like
still offer.
Do it.
first
If I'm the
round.
offense, I'm doing it.
Easy,
I ain't
crazy.
lying.
Preach. If I'm
I'm
Miami,
doing it.
Hey,
I'm
but you
doing
know
it.
what? Hey,
I'm
but you know what,
saying,
Trey?
baby. I'm
Hey, but
saying,
Trey, so let me ask you a question though.
260, Lamar, here's 260. Meet me here.
Yeah, but so let me
If I'm
ask
the
you a
Raiders
question.
before I
2
sign
first
Jimmy
round
G,
picks
I'm
worth
doing
the
it.
MVP. Yes.
Trent, let me ask you a question.
And I'm giving
So
you
you
a first.
trade them 2 first round picks, you get the MVP. They still lose to KC. Then what? How are we looking at that trade?
Keep going.
If you go
You gotta
this-
keep
if you go
going.
this-
Keep going.
You gotta keep going.
Trade
I
the
don't-
2 first
keep
round
going.
picks for
Now,
MVP.
So
I
G
don't
baby,
care.
in his
You're
first
not
year
telling
with a
me
new
what he
team,
did.
in his
G-Baby,
first year with a
you're
new
not telling
team, he
me, wait,
takes his team to the
wait,
NFC
Lamar?
Championship game. You're
Raheem
mad at
Mostert-
that?
You're straight. G-Baby, you're not telling me Lamar with Raheem Mostert, Devon A. Chain, Tyreek Hill,
Tariq
Jalen
Hill.
Waddle. Like, bro.
Jesus
I don't
Christ,
care.
No,
that would
hey,
be
you wonder?
insane.
I'm sorry. Look, and I'm not even trying to be like a hater
Hey,
right now,
that's
but
too
we
much
all
speed.
up here on this
It's
panel.
game.
Wait, stop. We all up here on this panel said there's no way that they should lose to the Chiefs, and they still did it.
But here's the thing,
And
though.
they
But
still
here's the thing,
did
though.
it.
Lamar, wait,
I don't
time
think Mike McDaniels is
Wait,
abandoning his game
but you
plan.
know
like
what would be so
that.
much different, though? Lamar
Monken did,
went to
honestly.
the Dolphins with Mike McDaniels. Again, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. As an offensive whole, that offense clears anybody in the league. That's clearly the best offense in the league.
Okay, so what did that team look like against Kansas City?
But here's the thing. I think Lamar can play in the cold. Tua can't.
No,
And he can
not
throw
Tua.
far. And he can throw far.
So you think L'Jarius Sneed, because
J-Rod.
Lamar's there, ain't putting
He can
poles
throw
on top
far.
of
Look, L'Jarius, wait, come on.
Yeah.
Lamar is
That
a
was
way
one
more.
play.
I gotta
Thank
be
you,
honest.
G-Baby.
Lamar
Thank
is
you.
way
Tua
more
got a
of a
noodle
threat
arm,
than
bro.
a limited
Of
Tua.
course he is.
Tua's
I'm not
arm
talking
is
about
It
that.
changes the dynamic
Do
of the
you
game.
think Lamar?
What
Do
if
you
he
think
doesn't
Lamar
run like
being
he
Chiefs still
did?
win.
changes
Still won.
L'Jarius Sneed
Yes,
putting the
I
balls
think.
on Tyreek?
Yes, because Lamar can do more things than Tua. He's not limited.
Facts.
So that means L'Jarius Sneed is in man-to-man and just be like, oh,
Here's the-
Lamar, you're
even-
such a
even-
threat.
even
So let me
with
not
L'Jarius
worry about
Okay,
Tyreek
baby,
Hill.
was L'Jarius put Tyreek Hill on the ground every play?
You mean he's
Wait,
got
hold
that
on.
arm
Baby.
power?
Yeah, well, you're missing the point. Even
No,
if L'Jarius
overall, Tyreek
Wait,
Hill has
time
been
out.
struggling against the
Wait, time
Chiefs.
out though. Even if L'Jarius Sneed teabagged Tyreek Hill, which he did, he teabagged like it was Call of Duty. Yes. Even in that game specifically, Lamar is way more of a threat than Tua. I think he can make more better passes than Tua, Nicole. He can just play better. He's more dynamic, and he can run.
Okay,
But with that,
but
and you have
even
to
with
run,
all
and
that
you have
being
to run,
said,
and you have to
didn't
run.
run.
Why? Wait,
even
time out.
with that being said,
Time out. Wait, G, time out. Even in that sense, when we talk about in as a offense as a whole, in the playoffs, you have to worry about Tyreek and Waddle for real. In the playoffs, if you have Lamar, you have to worry about Lamar, Tariq, and Waddle.
And Mostert.
even
And
with
Bateman.
that
That's
being
way too
said-
much.
Yeah,
speed,
even
bro.
with
so
that-
wait, so
That's way too much
That running
speed,
game
bro.
would be
so
crazy.
Lamar Jackson,
No,
Lamar
no.
Jackson,
Yes,
even
it
what we all
would.
said,
Yes, it literally
what we-
would.
On the-
even with
no.
this team that we also was more than good enough to get over the hump. Hey, what's his name? The OC, yeah, he abandoned his game plan, but Lamar also wasn't taking off when he should. Lamar was also hesitant when he should have.
I
So
understand
what's to say that would change? What is to say Lamar would not be hesitant?
They would
again?
score more points, but to say
First off,
that
they
they
would score
still
more
be.
points. First, they would
But
score
that
more
they
points. First, I
the
think
Chiefs
Lamar
still
would be way
dominated the
more
Dolphins.
comfortable with those guys around him.
Can
instead
you
of
not
what
act
happened
like
with
Tua was a big
Tua.
part of that though?
But you're making it seem
And their
Trent,
defense, the defense
wait,
couldn't really
but
stop the Chiefs.
you're
They're moving up and down the
You're
field.
making it seem like Lamar with those weapons just all of a sudden changes everything about the way he played. I'm not gonna lie, even though I don't want this to be the case, we just got to keep it a buck. At this point, what we're looking at Lamar now, I don't think at this point there's anything to say he wouldn't change the way he played. Yeah, he might. They score more points. They score more points because Tyreek Hill is a one-play touchdown, but that doesn't change the way he. I don't think it changes the way he plays.
In that offense with Mike McDaniel, Tyreek, Waddle, and all those speed demons around them. I'm not saying it's going to drastically change how Lamar played, but I think he will play way better in that situation with that offense because of what the guys around him. Like I said, there's no way that the Dolphins should have been one and done. Tua is straight limited. We know he is. He can't move off structure. You get pressed to him, he's doodle. He's garbage. We know that. In this case with Lamar Jackson, there's so many more dynamic plays you could do with Lamar in this sense with Mike McDaniel and Tyreek Hill to where the game will look totally different between what happened between the Chiefs and the Dolphins in the
I'll give you this, Trent. I'll give you this. The way he uses Zay Flowers, who's a shifty, yak type of receiver, Man, him getting Tyreek Hill, that's like Zay Flowers on crack.
They would be better. They would be. They
win a playoff game with Lamar. They win a playoff game.
They beat the Chiefs.
They win a playoff game with Lamar.
I'm telling you, I think they beat the Chiefs because if they don't beat the Chiefs, I'm looking at Lamar super sideways.
Wait, that's what you said about the Ravens.
No, but here's the thing. I'm saying, I'm saying though, in this sense though, I'm looking at Lamar sideways because he played bad. But
y'all talking about with the Dolphins, right?
Yes, with the Dolphins, I'm looking at him super
Lamar
sideways.
The Dolphins? Yeah, that'd be
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie early. I'm not gonna lie early.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Lamar sideways for this past game. Bad. I'm so upset.
But if he do this with Tariq and Waddle and Raheem,
but
that's even worse.
If he had a Josh McDaniel with that RPO system, dog,
I'd be sad.
I hope he would be able to do something with it, because if he do what he did versus the Chiefs, he probably still struggle with that same offense, like just holding the ball, scared, double.
I also think Mike McDaniel would adjust better. Mike McDaniel's a superior play caller.
Facts.
That's what I would say, Raymond.
Don't have
as bad as he did in that AFC Championship
game. What does Mike McDaniel like to do? He likes his quarterbacks to hit their first read, and the Chiefs have the best.
He also runs a lot more than
here's
people
the thing:
think.
when you get somebody like Lamar, stuff like that has got to change because
it's got to change.
He's so dynamic with his legs.
What was the biggest issue? What was the biggest issue in this playoff game after the first read? What was Lamar's issue? He was holding on to the ball too long.
He was holding on to the ball too long, and he just
didn't run. Them boys was getting locked up.
That's the point. That's what he was trying to say. Like, what makes him think?
But there was times in that Dolphins game where they were getting open. Tua was just selling them. I don't think Lamar's doing that.
Jalen Waddle's a lot more.
There's a habit because
locking up Gus Edwards
Mozart,
is not the same as locking up
down to the
and
running back is getting way more yards. Like
also, Mike, if he sees Lamar, if he sees Lamar freezing up like that, he'd be like, bro, let's just call a few. Mike McDaniel runs the ball a lot more than I think people think he does, just because he has Tyreek Hill on the outside.
In the regular season, did he run that ball? How many times did he run the ball in the playoffs?
They were just explosive when they ran the ball.
They were very explosive. I just think, I think Mike McDaniel would adjust better. Trent, am I wrong? I think Mike McDaniel would adjust better. He would definitely run the ball more than just 3 times in the second half, especially if it's kind of the same. I think he would.
What's his name?
He would rely on all his weapons.
They ran the ball good enough, but they were explosive with it. When you had a dude like Lamar, you know how many. You know how the fear factor of Lamar with Tyreek Hill, Waddle.
You had to.
I feel like this.
Mike McDaniel knows he has to run the ball.
Lamar,
with Tyreek, with Lamar and with Mozart. Whatever his name, how you say his name. I'm running arm options.
I put both of them back. I know what y'all are doing. I put all three of them back there and make Chris Jones make decisions.
But that is what I was.
I put all 3 of them back there.
The option with
I know what y'all are doing.
H-Chain would be insane, Riddell.
Oh my God, absolutely
insane.
They're not going to run option all the time.
Yo, just think about this.
I'm with you. But every time I see a team play the Chiefs, they get worried once, especially when Mahomes starts cooking, especially with the Dolphins defense not being capable enough to deal with that Chiefs offense. They start getting worried and start reeling and go like, "Oh, we gotta start playing the Chiefs."
Well, here's the thing, Just think about this. The one TD the Dolphins got in that game was Tyreek Hill saving Tua for throwing.
It was a lucky
ball. Yeah. You don't think Lamar can do that plus 2 times 1,000? Like it's just this thing.
I think it's a closer game. I think it's a closer game.
Tua, they saying Reek just go deep. Even if you get pressure,
it's not gonna work all the time.
It's not gonna work all the time. We'll work a lot.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just like, I just think that if what's his name? Like if a contending team that didn't really like a quarterback for real, like somebody that needs like a QB the way to step up, like i.e. the Dolphins, if that would have happened, Lamar would have went to like a Dolphins. Who's a contending team that needs a quarterback for real? Saints, or it could have been a drastic change of how we would have looked at this.
Pickens.
I don't disagree.
Who was RG3 offensive coordinator and coach?
Jay Gruden.
Jay
Gruden, and it was somebody else. Who was it?
Kyle Shanahan.
It was Mike. It was Mike Shanahan. Mike Shanahan was
Mike was the coach. Kyle was the offensive.
No, Jay Gruden was the coach.
Jay Gruden was his offensive coordinator.
Sean McVay was on that team too.
John McVay was also on that team too.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan was there.
Wasn't Mike McDaniel on that team?
That what's it? Washington squad had a ton of head coaches on that staff.
Matt McVay,
Sean McVay.
what do you call it? Mike
Jay
McDaniel was
Gruden, I'm
there.
sorry, hold y'all. Jay Gruden was not a head coach in the NFL. I'm sorry, bro. That nigga was awful.
But what
that beef that him and RG3 got going on, that is juicy stuff.
But what I'm getting at, y'all don't think that offense will work with somebody like a Lamar Jackson?
The RG3 offense?
I mean, it would work.
I think it would. But the thing is, okay, just keep it a bean. Just keep it a bean, Riddell. Just keep it a bean. Besides the 49ers, we're talking about weapons on an offensive crew. Who's number 2 to the 149ers?
I would go Dolphins. First,
weapons.
Really
after the Niners.
Besides the 49ers, J.
That's
Bengals got a slew of weapons.
Yeah, Bengals too.
Got a great offense too. But
I would definitely say Tariq Waddle, Mostert, and Lamar. That's just so much.
And A-Chain,
that's so much you gotta worry about. So that'd be hard to deal with. But hey, y'all, we over the 2-hour mark. So I just want to get through these.
God, this show just flew by.
Yeah, I want to get through these 3 super chats. Salute G, welcome Ooze and early. Hair is late as AF. So
Did we do the rankings?
No, not today, because it was the Pro Bowl this weekend.
Right.
Till next Wednesday, it's all Super Bowl takes. So make sure you're back. The Super Bowl will take regardless. Cam Cobain is Chad or single? No.
Not anymore, Sally.
Not anymore.
All-time entertainment.
With that being said, y'all, appreciate y'all for coming on the show. Chad, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit a like on the way out. We'll see y'all Wednesday for another episode of Press Box. Make sure you kick it with me and Bama at 4 o'clock Tuesday and Thursday for open field. But we will see y'all Wednesday for another episode.
BSS tomorrow.
BSS tomorrow.
Y'all need open